Good evening, sim racing fans. Welcome once again to SRW TV. Tonight it's round 3 of our TCR Touring Car Series, and it's going to be an awesome night of racing. It's Cowie, your average sim racer here, together with Connor Pixie Nixon on comms, and Stevie behind the scenes looking after all the action for tonight's racing. Well, buddy, we are at Sandown. How do you think these cars are going to go around here? Curb jumping, is it on the menu, Connor?
Yeah, definitely, mate. I think it's a big old menu tonight with the curbs. I think they might need to have a big serving platter with the curbs. I've already seen the boys already hitting the curbs like they're nothing, but it should be a good night of racing. I mean, we've got the F3s coming up too, so they can't even hit the curbs. So see what happens with that. But yeah, it should be a good night. Welcome everyone to the stream, and hopefully everyone has a good time.
Look, it's going to be awesome, buddy. I think I've had a little bit of a chat with a few of the boys, and it seems that the Hyundais might be the car of choice tonight. So apparently they seem to be able to handle the curbs a bit better than some of the other makes. So yeah, it's going to be interesting, buddy. We'll see how everyone's got their approach.
Yeah, I mean, I think we look back a bit, Cowie, and we just see of all the makes of the cars from I think 2 rounds ago, all of it's been different. And but the big standout so far is Scotty Rankin, one of my mates and everyone's mates. He's an awesome dude, and he won last week at Phillip Island in his little Veloster, and that thing was a weapon. And it looks like he's on pace and on P1 right now. And yeah, and then we've got Jake Jackson, same thing in the Hyundai, but it's the Elantra. Bit bigger, bit longer, the ugliest one in my opinion.
Buddy, I didn't hear about that TCR win from Scotty. He wouldn't mention that 100 times, would he?
No, not at all.
If you listen back, got to give you some crap there, Scotty. But no, it was an awesome job from you, buddy, and you stayed clear of the mess, and there was shenanigans and everything happening behind you. And well done, buddy.
100%. I think Scotty's just another level to bring to SRW. You know, he always jokes about how quick he is, and seriously, and huge crash there with Greg Leak there. Oh, that was a huge crash with Greg Leak there. But you know, Scotty's always got the biggest mouth in the room. We've always known that, and yeah, now we're moving on to.
Well, the problem is, buddy, is I had my one and only Super 2 win taken away from me. By them, so the problem is this is the only broadcaster with win. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say that because I think Stefan's had some good wins as well.
Yeah.
Look, it's it's always fun to roast each other, and of course, out there in YouTube and Facebook land, if you feel like roasting us tonight, guys, please let us know. We're going to laugh and love your comments. And yeah, we get to watch these cars go out. Let's see how they tackle qualifying. 15 minutes. Now, it is a sprint round tonight, Connor, so that means quali, as soon as it ticks to 15, it ends. So you don't get a chance to finish your last lap. So what do you think? These guys try and get a banker down early and then just push as hard as you can.
Yeah, definitely. It's more get out there and just push as hard as you can just on those first 2 laps you've got, really. That's where your spot is, where you're in the good spot. You're in in a rhythm. You don't want to go much longer than that. Dylan DeBono is probably in the best spot right now. Scotty's in not a bad spot. Whitey's Pie car just going through there. Doug, not too bad of a spot, but yeah, we definitely interesting where they sit. You don't really want slipstream in these things, which is really weird when you think about it. Slipstream's basically when you sit behind a car and you get draft, and but as we see Scotty, just a heap of fresh air there. That's what exactly you want. No one in front of you, just cruise along and get a good lap in. Dylan DeBono's the same, so yeah, definitely.
Well, we've seen before that the draft can be quite effective in the TCRs, so I wouldn't be surprised to see if you guys try to get a bit of a slingshot down the straight there. But again, it's really going to come down to how you handle the curbs, and you can see here that Scotty's jumped a fair bit of the inside curb there, but you missed the first one, or you do the same in the V8 Supercar. I mean, look, it's Sandown, so I suppose we don't really need to talk about corner by corner. I think most of us are fairly familiar with this place.
Already. Yeah.
But it's got an interesting history, this track. So it was actually firstly built as a horse racing facility, back in the 19th century. And then it sort of closed in
Scotty going off track
1930,
there.
Yeah, that'll kill this lap, so you've got to set up the next one. But again, remember, it still takes a couple of laps of tyres for these, to get your tyres into that working window. So I don't think too much loss there. But yeah, so they closed the track, the horse track, in the 30s for the war. And then after that, they sort of proposed building a bitumen racetrack around the outside of the proposed horse track. And of course, the racetrack finished before the horse track did, as it should be. And it actually held its first race in 1964, and effectively that became the Sandown 500, what we call it now.
Yeah, definitely. And there's a lot of history here, as Cowie is talking about that. But as a bit of a history lesson from Cowie or myself, been kind of doing that for the last 2 weeks. But yeah, you got me on that one. But
Well, I've got a little bit more for you here, buddy. So in 1984, they actually extended the track because it was part of the World Championship for Formula One.
Yeah, you're right about that one. Yeah.
What happened is they had to extend it because it wasn't, long enough for the minimum requirement for a Formula One race, right? So, and that's actually where the Castrol 500 first started, when it was part of the Touring Car Endurance Championship for Australia. But in 1989, so only 5 years later, they got rid of basically the middle part of the track because all the drivers hated it, and sort of went back to the original layout, but instead of 10 corners, I think they added a couple extra, and that's that sort of windy section around the back. But yeah, so it has had a couple of different iterations, but it's been this way for a long time now.
Yeah, 100%. It's probably been like this for a good 20 years. But as probably should start talking about the qualifying. Thanks to all the partnering sponsors. Warren Brown's tools for the round sponsor is here as well. DSL Welding Services as well. But Jake Edwards is actually on the top here, so 16.4, awesome lap by him. Harry Dodds,
Times are coming down now. They're pushing them.
16.3. Jake Jackson, my teammate, in the wrong livery, 16.2.
Oh, okay, wrong liveries. He stole yours.
No, that's actually the OG livery. That's a very old one. That's a good 3 months old, so he's running that. Looks good.
Oh,
so,
okay. So I might be taking the task a bit later, buddy,
go and give him a whooping. But as Scotty Rankin's on a purple sector in first sector, Harry Dodds has done a 16.3. Jake's obviously done the 16.
Oh, 16.2, 7, 16.33, 16.
I reckon Scotty's got this.
Doug Gowan in. At the moment, it's less than a tenth separating the first 5 positions. Though Scotty Rankin just smashed that with 6 tenths on the field. Yeah. Wow.
Massive lap by him. Scotty, like I said, Scotty's always had the big mouth and told us that he's great in these things. I didn't believe him, and I actually beat him in these things, and he wasn't happy about that. So he's obviously done some practice and.
I think it's probably partly me roasting him last season, when he was telling me, oh, yeah, sure, buddy, yeah, sure.
Harry Dodds with a 115.8. Doug's still on the 16.1. He's P3. Jackson's 4th with the 16.2.
Times are coming down, buddy. It's one of the great things about this. So it is a fixed setup series, though I know that the admin have started working with a few of the drivers through the week now, where the drivers are taking out and trying a few of the different setups to try and get something that, because I know, was it last week was it Winton for these cars last week? I think it was.
Last week was
no, it was Phillip Island. A couple of the guys were saying that, the way that it performed, the setup wasn't the right one. They were getting that porpoising. I think Dylan DeBona was talking about it.
Yeah, Jake Jackson was talking to me, and he said that the thing was very understeery and it didn't turn much at all. So he actually didn't turn up for the round. He just didn't feel like the setup was good. So it's good to see. It's good to see the league get involved with the guys and go, hey, this is what setups we've got. Do you want some changes?
Well,
And,
I think it's a good idea, isn't it?
It's
You
an
know?
awesome idea. It's good to see like a league get involved with the drivers. And I saw in the back of Scotty Rankin's car, he's got so much rear brake bias right now. Like you saw if you can see the car on screen here, see how his brakes are not even lighting up. Now watch Scotty's rear tires. You'll just see him glow up in a second. So wait for him to hit the brakes. There they are.
Yep.
And oh yeah, there's the
Well,
colour there.
I know that I got a talk with a few of the boys before, and it was the Hyundai Veloster, which seemed to be the car of choice tonight. It was the one that was able to handle the curbs quite a bit better than some of the other cars. But both Hyundai seem to be better at it than the rest of the field. The Audi apparently is a bit of a kangaroo if you hit the curbs. So that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, remember, we get a double look at Sandown tonight with a big double header thanks to DSL Welding Services. It is technically it's a triple header because it's a sprint round format for the TCRs tonight. And so we've got a 20-minute race and then it looks like it's 2 20-minute races tonight for the guys. And the second one, is it a reverse grid?
No, I don't think
it doesn't say it in the server here, but I know they were talking about it. And Andrew out in YouTube land with a bit of praise there for you, Shibby. Loved the shot you were giving him there before. So it's awesome. We've got Shibby on board as Toddy's away for the whole week, getting his dose of sunshine, I think. Yeah, there's not much around in Australia at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. Toddy might need a bit of sun. We call him the chef. He's might need a bit of sun. So yeah, good on to Toddy for having a bit of a break for a bit. Come back all refreshed. As Randall, I see he jumped into third, but then DeBono's just picked him off too. So DeBono's in third now. Dodds hasn't moved.
Yeah, DeBono's gone under 1 minute 16, so he's the third driver to hit that benchmark. Scotty Rankin, Harry Dodds, the other two at the moment. So, it's looking fairly good out there at the moment. Pretty happy to see my teammate running near the front of the pack.
Yeah, I'm waiting for mine to go up there. Boys are doing well.
Look, this is such a great track. It's quite short, but you can see there, that was a nice little power slide from Randall. And he's catching up. Dean in front of him here, I think.
He's backed out.
He'll need to give it a bit of space. But that's the Audi, and he looks like he's worked out a way to manage the curbs. Harry Dodds, running second at the moment in the Audi as well. So he's worked out a way to make it work around here.
Well, yeah, it looks like it because, from second to fourth.
Look, Sandown's one of those places you've only got to get a curb wrong. It doesn't really matter what car, that, it can certainly put it offline. So, as I was saying, guys, it's a double-header sprint race tonight for the TCRs. And then we will be back at Sandown for the F3s tonight with a big feature race, 60-minute race. So, and we'll get to see how the open wheelers handle Sandown. I was talking before about it once in a blue moon being a Formula One circuit, so it's not as if they've never driven open wheelers around here.
Yeah, I think everyone's driven around this China. You've probably known, Cowie. I've probably driven here the most out of most people. I did actually the first Sandown race here ever, first endurance, and you actually commentated it.
Yeah, I was going to race it, and then I got roped into commentating it, so
no.
These things happen.
It wasn't Shibby either, so
no, it's all good.
No, that was a good race.
We are inside the last 4 minutes of qualifying at the moment. There hasn't been a lot of movement at the top, apart from Dylan DeBono slotting himself in there. Here he's coming over the line again. We'll see if he's on a hot lap. He had an orange middle sector, so he might have just... Well, he's done a 15.022. Doug Gowans has done a 15.93. I apologise, the 15.02 is actually Scotty's time at the moment. At the moment, Scotty Rankin has 7/10 over the rest of the field. So he's really showing his pace, and it seems Sandown's one of those places he enjoys driving.
Yeah, I think Scotty just likes anything with the Australian tracks in a conversation. He's always just been good at these type of tracks, and I think it's just the fast flowing tracks that he's always been good at. I think the thing that Scotty struggles with sometimes is like your tight, twisty tracks. Sometimes he kind of struggles with, but tracks like these, he's so dominant. And yeah, obviously he's showing that tonight.
Well,
So well done to Scotty.
Sandown is effectively, what, two straights separated by a few corners. Though they are quite interesting, and it really comes down to how you handle the curves, what lines you take, and again, I mean, various makes of cars. The V8 Supercar, I mean, you leap over a fair chunk of them. You even put it on the grass a little bit. But again, it's all about finding your limit, and when we're in a series like this where there is multiple makes of cars, then we're talking 5 cars make up the series. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 2 Hyundais.
But the thing that could be as well, Kerry, it could just be people's commitment levels. I mean, I've noticed in the supercar, if you don't commit around here, you just lose so much time. There's probably 3-4 tenths if you don't commit, as we see Adam Hughes and Jake Edwards teaming up for a bit of the slipstream here.
Then we get back to that damage issue, that if you hit these curves a bit too hard in this car, is that going to hurt him?
I mean, who knows? Scotty Rankin just did a faster lap time, I think. He got a purple sector. I think he might have beaten it. No, he didn't. Did see the purple sector
Dylan there. He's on a couple of green sectors though as well, so we better keep an eye on Dylan.
Yeah, definitely.
Bradley Wall with 1 green sector so far, and Greg Leake also improving his time in the middle sector at the moment. We'll keep an eye out on Dylan DeBono's time, because he's currently in 6th at the moment, and we've just seen Randall Lilpui jump up into 3rd. So it is currently, the big moment from Adam Hughes.
That was a massive moment. Looks like he just had a huge slide coming down the hill.
And it is Dylan DeBono's popped himself up into 2nd with a 15.7. So, but we're coming near to the end, so we'll have to see if any drivers can finish their lap in the last 20 seconds. Who was that? Perhaps Dean Sinkovich might finish a lap here. Adam Hughes had that massive moment, so his lap won't count, and that will end his quali. But it looks like it might be... Is that Jake Jackson and Dean Sinkovich will be our last 2 cars across the line?
Yeah, Jake Jackson just jumped up to P4 there, so good lap time by him. Got the lap time in just to make sure right at the end. So there's our results.
Yeah, thanks to Warren and Brown Tools. It is Scotty Rankin for Team SRW in P1. Dylan DeBono for Velocity Sim Sports P2. Harry Dodds Performance Sim Racing. Jake Jackson from 1-9 in P4. Randall Luapui in P5. Doug Gowans from Velocity Sim Labs in P6. Adam Hughes for Crisscross Racing next to his teammate Jake Edwards. And then we've got Deacon and Paul Gerlin in 9th and 10th. Bradley Wall, Daniel Fritz in P11 and 12. Dean Sinkovich, Greg Leake from Team Greg in 14th. Peter Gretton and Nathan Allen and Greg Johnson and Christopher Bleakley bringing up the last 2 spots on the grid.
Yeah,
so,
it looks like
it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be good. We've got a good field tonight. Christopher actually left the server.
Oh,
so
no.
We won't see him in the race, which is unfortunate, not seeing my boss race, but yeah, we'll see what happens with Mr. Jake Jackson in the field. So he'll be the only 1-9 car out there tonight. But yeah, we've got a good field tonight. Yeah, I think we've got the same field from basically Phil Pine, really. But yeah, it should be a good night. But it's all about first corner, I guess.
So it looks like it might be the battle between the commentators' teammates tonight, buddy. P2 for my guy, P4 for your guy.
Yeah,
we know who we got our money on. So
I mean, even
no one else spoils the party.
I mean, Scotty's part of 1-9 as well, so it's kind of funny. So
sorry, he's not running a 1-9 paint, buddy. So I don't know.
It's just yeah, he's got some relationships. So I won't mention anything, but yeah, as
Well,
we see
it's
Jake flashing
Team
his lights there.
SAW for Scotty tonight. All right, so it looks like
Yeah.
all the cars are on the grid. We will be waiting on the lights as they come up, and we get ready for round 3 of our TCR series here at Sandown International Raceway, and they get away. It looks like that Scotty Rankin's got a great start. There was a little bit of wheel spin there from Harry, I think.
Hurry up the inside here. You might get Scotty Rankin. You
Well,
might get it.
I know.
Might get the dive down the inside. Yeah, he's almost got it done. Scotty might back out of this. Randall's backed out of this. Jake Jackson's following right behind. See if there's contact here. No contact yet. Heaps of room given from Scotty and Harry there. Harry's just ran him out wide. Oh, into the fence. Harry's just put him in. Oh, that was huge. Jake Jackson's going to be on the outside here. He's going to tuck in right behind Doddsy here. This will be the good strategy here, just to tuck in. He's pushing him up the hill. He's going to get him up the inside. No, he's going to back out of his big turn. Huge turn. Oh,
Hold your brake. Oh.
Oh, he couldn't do anything there. I don't even think the brakes weren't even working there. Oh, that was huge contact.
All right, well, that will be one that Race Control will have a bit of a look at. We'll keep an ear out to see what they've got to say, but we're back with the action. Scotty Rankin, a big loser there at the start, down 4 positions, but looks like that car hasn't got too much damage on it from that rub of the tyres. But it's a bit early, with still stuff going on, so we might have to hold off before we have a look at the action there at T1. Lap 1, but Scotty is back on track, and that car doesn't look damaged from those angles. Looking at onboard Jake Edwards, looking back at Randall Lupui. Randall Lupui had a nice move there, and he's picked up a spot as well. But Jake Edwards, that is the big mover. 5 spots he picked up in that, so a great start. And Johnny on the spot when a bit of action happened in front of him. Oh, who's that bouncing off the wall there?
I think that's Greg Leake, I'm pretty sure. Looks like his car. Could be wrong. Oh, no.
I think that might have been one of the SRW machines. Yep.
Right up the inside. This is a great move by Scotty Rankin. Right up the inside. He's just going to park it right up on the inside. Get it stopped. Yeah, awesome move by Scotty there.
Just covering the inside here in case Randall has a go back at him.
Yeah, definitely. He's kind of in the worst spot, but we'll see what happens here.
He can be brave there and maybe stay up the inside. So
contact.
Bradley Wall's been turned around. He's got out of the way. It looked like, who's that behind him? Is that Jake behind him?
No.
So I wonder if Jake had contact with him then. We'll
no, that's
keep an eye
not
on
Jake. That is...
It's Bradley Wall and Paul Gerlin there, so that's interesting. And it looks like Paul going into the pits already, so damage to that car.
Yeah.
All right, well, we move back towards the front, and onboard Adam Hughes at the moment, who's putting big pressure on Scotty Rankin. It looks like Randall Lupui has got back past Scotty, maybe down that straight. So that's that toe we were talking about. It probably going to be a factor again. But Randall has shown that he's prepared to send it, and has he got past Scotty again? He has. Might have been a glitch. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that it swapped around there. Oh, look at that slide action. That's a great corner.
He's almost got the... he hasn't got a 2-stop. Adam Hughes is going to have a go on the left-hand side. Scotty Rankin's going to be up the inside for this next corner. Scotty might have him here. No, Scotty's going to back out of it. Smart move by Scott. Yeah. Adam Hughes is going to cover the inside. Smart move by the driving.
I think that sums up TCR racing in a heartbeat. You know, the moment you try to push hard and make a move, you give the 3 guys behind you an opportunity to bounce. And that's what makes the racing so exciting, is because you get cars bunched together. I mean, look at this battle here. It's just Jake Jackson and Paul Gerlin here battling together. And, you know, they've lost a bit of time. Both of them had to pit to use their fast repair, but they're still able to battle each other.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. Jake was actually crab walking as a... Look, Paul Gerlin's off the track, a bit further down. But yeah, it was unfortunate to see Paul and Jake go in the pits. Jake was actually crab walking into the pits, so yeah, that car was very damaged. But Yeah,
as we said, buddy, everyone gets a second chance tonight because there is a sprint format. We have two 20-minute races tonight here at Sandown. Oh,
Randall!
no! Moment!
Oh! Adam Hughes into Randall. Scotty's going to get him on the outside here, so he might get the move done. Because he's got huge damage.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, look at Adam Hughes' car.
Oh, we've got a car on its
Dean
roof.
Sinkovich. Greg Leaks went past. And another Greg's went past. On that's a yellow for sure.
I'd be thinking it's going to call out a safety car, but we'll...
There's the promo department safety car is going to come out. That was huge. That was absolutely huge. I haven't seen like a crash like that for a while. See Adam Hughes just crawling into the pits. Look at smoke coming out of it.
Oh, he's just blown it as he's coming into the pits. But he'll have a fast repair. Probably put some... No, it won't need fuel. No, just got his fast repair and got going again. All right, let's have a look here. Let's see what happened. So he's just got... We've got him coming down the hill. Okay, there we go. So it looks like he jumped a lot of curb there.
Yeah, he's put two wheels on the dirt, I reckon.
Oh,
look at the contact there.
Wind that back and have a look. There we go.
So it looks like he's actually got sideways.
I see there. The car
there it is.
Bounced off the curb, and it's kept sort of bouncing towards the right, and he couldn't get it to any point where it could turn around. And as soon as he hit that wall, it was just like a trampoline straight in front of Yuzi. Scotty managed to avoid that. I think somehow Scotty managed to avoid getting caught up in that.
Yeah, I don't know how Scott avoided that, but Adam Hughes just had nowhere to go. Like, look at Randall's car; it's just absolutely mangled. Looks like a donut that's been squashed. Look at it. Oh. Thanks for DSL Welding Services action replay there, but yeah, like look at Adam Hughes.
Yeah, he's got nowhere.
Bang! Oh, you might have got hit by Scott.
It's possible.
Yeah, look at his front bumper there. I reckon Scott's giving him a bit of a push there, which, honestly, like, Scotty can't do anything. I mean, Scotty can't do anything. But, yeah, Scott might have got a bit of damage too, so the three of them are going to have to pit. But top three, Dylan DeBono, Harry Dodds, and Jake Edwards. So, yeah, wow.
So far, only the guys that have got damage have pitted. We are about 7.5 minutes into our 20-minute first sprint race tonight, so these guys won't need to put fuel in to get home. So it's all about maintaining track position unless you've got a car that's broken.
Pretty much. I wouldn't be surprised if Scott loses a couple of spots just because he's got quite a bit of damage on the front of that thing.
I don't know. Is that the way the split is supposed to be?
No, it's bent up in the middle of it.
You see a little bit of a bend there.
Yeah, there it is. Right. I mean, I think it's going to affect him a little bit just in cornering, but on straight line he should be okay. So you might just need to use a bit more right foot to get it around. But yeah, he might struggle there. But I wonder what's happening with Harry Dodds and Scotty Rankinson, to be honest.
Well, I haven't seen anything in the notes so far from race control. So we do have a couple of the.
They're maybe just going through all the incidents there, but yeah, there was so many incidents there.
Well, maybe we should try and have a quick look at the start there if we can, Shibby, while we've got these cars. Probably would find the safety car is going to go in the next lap. All right, so have a quick look at everything that happened at the start here. So Dylan DeBono got a great launch.
Yeah, no wheel spin.
Scotty just bogged down a fair bit. Harry got him up the inside, and looks like everyone else behind him got a pretty good start. Yeah. And you can see Randall Little Pooey trying to go up the inside there at Jake. And then this is where Harry's made an awesome move around the outside to have the inside for the next corner. So have a look.
So what's happened? Oh, so he's got understeer.
Yeah, I think you are a little bit right. Harry might have run him out a bit of room there, so Scotty might have something to say. But it looked like it was understeer. It wasn't deliberate.
Yeah, I wonder what. Yeah, so this is the incident with Jake Jackson and I think Randall here. Oh, so
So
Randall's...
they've just touched. They've just touched, and that's unsettled Jake by the looks of it.
Jake, yeah, and Jake's just backed up.
So Jake could be in a bit of trouble there because it didn't look like he was holding his brakes, and he rolled across the track and made contact with. Was that Dean Sinkovich he made contact with?
Yeah, I think it was. I think.
Oh no, I think it was Paul Gerlin.
I mean, in that instance, I don't even think he would have known where he was. Honestly.
I said there's a little bit of net contact there. Okay.
Bang.
Wow. So it looks like maybe netcode played a part in that. There's a fair bit there to digress.
Yeah.
We better go back to the live shibby because I'd say the safety car's going to be pulling in any time now. Oh no, there's another lap by the looks of it. Right.
Greg Barber driving our safety car tonight in the promo department safety car. In the Beamer again. Something a bit different. So good to see the Beamer out on track.
You've caught our visitor on the stream there, have you, Shibby? Sue, you're watching. Great to see you out there. Jared, thanks from Whitey's Pies HQ. Well, got to see quite a quick look at the good look at the Whitey's car. Pity there's another car in front of it that he ploughed through. But the good news is that they've been able to go into the pits and get that fast repair and get back out there. So we're going to have probably about 8 minutes of racing now. You see the safety car exiting stage left now. And instructions to Dylan DeBono just to hold 80 Ks and we'll be going green very soon.
Yeah, definitely going green. And I think our big movers, like who will be wanting to come through the pack, will be Jake Jackson, Brad Wall, and a couple of other guys through the back.
A couple of faster guys that have ended up at the back there, Connor. So yeah, it's going to be quite spicy, I think, mate.
Yeah,
8 minutes of action here.
100%. So yeah, like I said, be some big movers in the back. Harry Dodds is going to try and get Dylan DeBono. Jake Edwards is right there. Scotty Rankin's right there. Like, it's going to be hectic. So we'll go green here after this.
Dylan's holding him up. I thought he was going to go then, but he just held him up.
You'd probably want to go straight after the chicane just so everyone's going to be caught up, still turning, and he's on the power. So we'll just wait for him to come around the corners. That would be the smarter option. So you'd probably want to go...
No, he hasn't gone yet.
Yep, there it
is. Oh, no. Harry's checked it. I reckon he was going to go then, and he saw that Harry got a run on him. So now he's going to check him right up to the line.
Harry can't actually do side-by-side yet. And there goes DeBono. Yeah.
We'll have to keep an interest. We'll see if Race Control's got anything to say about that start. But at the moment, the front four have got away nice and clean. Scotty Rankin going deep. A little bit of contact there between Jake Edwards and Harry. That's spun in the background there.
Poor girl. We've got that again.
Oh no, Daniel Fritz, David Gowans, I think, was caught up in that as well. Now he's one of our front runners too. Had a great race last week. And wow. Well, we did say it was going to be a bit of action backpack there. And we can see here is that Nathan Allen trying to get a run on Jake as well. And everyone's just trying to find a bit of space. It's crazy.
Yeah, we've got the two Greg cars here, which Jake's trying to make a move on with Greg Johnson on the outside. So Greg's just got to hold his position there. Really good racing by the two guys. Adam Hughes up the inside. Adam Hughes up the inside as well. So Adam's going to try and get him as well. So he might make the move at the chicane. Yep, he's went deep. So Greg's turned into him.
No, I think Greg gave him just enough room there. I think that was pretty good driving from both parts actually there, but I'd say
that was too close.
well, Husey decided that he only needed about half of the track there to work with.
Yeah, exactly.
And Greg gave him just enough room. Is that Nathan Allen is also taking advantage. A bit of contact there. Greg's run a bit wide. Looks like Nathan's going to slow down and give him that spot back and try not to give it up. So, yeah. And there's contact there between Paul Gerlin and Greg Johnson.
Okay, it looks like Greg keeps turning in. Oh, someone coming through to the pack.
I think what we're seeing
Back to
here,
back.
buddy, is, we've seen that these cars, you're normally able to jostle quite a bit and bounce and, and sort of rub doors and that. And it's very much a part of TCR racing. I think when you add Thurs, it's like a special sauce.
Yeah, it is. Greg
Everything. So it's like
Greg Leake.
Oh, sorry, man. I was going to say it's like putting jalapenos on a pizza,
Yeah, pretty much. So Jake Jackson just getting the move on Greg Leake there. Good move by Jake. He's coming through the field. He was 13th. Now he's like 7th. Well done to Jake coming through the field. Dean Sinkovich is up 7 spots. Awesome. Good to see him with the DSL Welding service.
He stayed out of the mess so far, isn't he?
Yeah.
Paul's been involved. Paul Gerland's been involved in a couple of moments there. Bradley Wall as well. Scotty Rankin, SRW driver as well, and he got caught up in it.
That's interesting. I just saw Randall and Jake Jackson getting black flagged.
Okay, so that'd be those penalties that we were looking at. So there's been a fair amount happening in race control. It's taken a bit of time to get on top of it all. We did think that Jake got that penalty for not holding brakes. So
yeah, I mean, I think he was trying to flick it back around. I think he might have thought he was on the other side, like on the far.
He's gone deep and wide. He's held it.
Harry Dodd's just pushing the car to its limits. Jake Edwards is just behind Harry Dodds there, so he's going to try and push his car to the limit here. If Doddsy messes up a little bit, Jake Edwards is right there, but if DeBono messes up, Edwards and Dodds both out of him. So it's interesting. See what happens.
It's very much a part of driving, though. It's it's not just about sending it; it's about making your opponent think that you might send it at any time.
It's
glitch. That was a huge glitch, and that these boys actually did absolutely brilliant.
Todd's just going around with Jake Edwards. Jake Edwards has just got around him. Scotty Rankin and who else just got through there? Deacon got through as well.
It's heartbreaking because Harry couldn't do anything about that. Suddenly he finds Dylan's inside him. He tried to get out of it a bit there and just couldn't avoid contact. So that's pretty unfortunate when you have that net sort of issue and the car disappears. I know it's scary when you're driving.
Scotty Rankin up the inside of Deacon here. Good move by Scotty. He's been making the move the whole night. Must be his favourite spot.
I was going to say Deacon's having a great run at the moment because he's running people.
Rankin's just went off wide there, so Deacon's going to go through. So is Dean Sinkovich. But just complimenting Scotty there.
This is the curb sauce we're talking about, buddy. It is, 11 secret herbs and spices around here at Sandown because the curbs seem to be just throwing everything into the mix. We've seen some cars taking them on, other cars not taking them on, and we've seen cars taking them on with various degrees of success as well. So,
it definitely looks like it as Jake Jackson's coming through the field again.
Next we've got F3s here, buddy. How are they going to handle this stuff?
Oh, mate, don't even touch the curbs. Doddsy and Jake will just be coming through the field now. But yeah, I mean, Dodds just lost the rear of the car and he's just went around, couldn't do much. As I think
there's a bit of netco contact. He's probably lucky the first time when Dylan appeared inside him. And then, just ended up being way too close and seen going deep there, Dean Sinkovich. And that's Scotty taking advantage of that spot now. Back up into P4, Scotty Rankin. Deacon Gerland running P3.
Jake Jackson always making a move on. Greg Leake. Really close there. He thought about it. You could see he's right up the inside, almost contact with Jake. That was so close with Daniel Fritz there. That was way too close.
No, that's great opportunistic driving from Daniel because he saw that Jake's trying hard to get past Leaky. And
Jake's going to almost get him up the inside. He's going to get him up the inside. Yeah, good run. White flag this time. So
Bono and Jake Edwards. Jake, this is his last chance to get it done at it. All right. that gap under 0.3 of a second at the moment. And let's see how brave Jake, how bad he wants the W, man. Because
yeah, I'm sure Ed
yeah.
would want the win, that's for sure. So he's probably got to have a look here. Scotty Rankin in the background. But yeah, Jake's going to have to do it down the hill or not.
Scotty making a move on the inside of Deacon.
Deacon. Yeah, Scotty having a bit of a slide coming down the hill. Deacon's taking a heap of curb. Scotty's going to try and not miss the curb. Dean Sinkovic on the outside. He's got Deacon. Can he get Scotty? Can't move. He can't move. Contact with Deacon and Dean Sinkovic to the line. Dean Sinkovic. Where's Dean? P4. Dean Sinkovic.
And look, we had a 0.3 gap for first and second as well, but we couldn't watch both battles, guys. You're right, Shiny Paul Gurley made a good recovery there, finishing P8 as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. Geez, that was a cracker. There's everything going on. Shibby, you did well to pick up just even some of that stuff. So here we're going to look at, this is Dylan DeBono and Jake Edwards. This is Jake trying to make a move at the last corner, last complex, I should say. A lot of curb there. Has he been out? He's got to turn in early to try and get that run. Just the curb bounce and the session end caught us there. So we didn't get to show the replay, but we could see what happened. He was trying to get that run, but the curb just unsettled the car, had to get out of the gas, and that gave Dylan enough to, to stay in front.
Yeah, definitely. Read out the top 5. This is all your results. You can have a look at the results if you are watching. Dylan DeBono, Jake Edwards, Scotty Rankin, Dean Sinkovic, and Deacon. But how is that? Just, I mean, we talk about Dean. He's improving, man. He's definitely getting up there, and I think we can expect a lot of things from Dean.
It would be spewing because there was a podium there on offer, and maybe he just needed to put the elbows a little bit more out against Scotty Rankin. But those boys were battling hard. Deacon was right in the mix there. It was Dylan and Jake Edwards out front, and that was just the Dylan and Jake show. But that mid-pack fight was crazy, and then we saw. Harry Dodds, unlucky Harry, mate. I thought that was a great race, buddy, and you were showing everything. It's just bad luck with what happened with Dylan and the bit of net code there that hurt. But we look at.
Well, I've got a bit of an idea. What if we throw a top 3? What if we get Scotty Rankin in, maybe?
Well, we've only got a few minutes before the second race. We'll just keep an eye out that race control doesn't actually advance the session.
So we've got Jake Jackson speaking in chat. I can't hear him. I don't know if you can, Kerry.
I think he's just questioning what happened, why he got that penalty, I think, maybe.
Yeah, I think if I go my honest opinion about Jake's penalty, I think it's very harsh for them to give it to him because he's lost control of the car and he's just had no control of it. And
I don't know. I'm not too familiar with these cars, but he rolled back, reversed, rolled back on the track. So
yeah, I mean, and I get that
we want to stop because you try to get out of the way. If you wreck your own race, fair enough. Or even if someone else wrecks your race, but a bit of contact, the last thing you want to do is get involved with other cars that had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, 100%. But in my honest opinion, when you do lose it there, you've just got no control of the car. The brakes are not going to stop it. So,
I'm not doubting that, man. And and again, look, in the commentary,
but that's my honest opinion.
Thanks, Jerry. My teammate Jerry on the chat there saying Colonel Cowie, apparently.
Colonel Cowie, I like it. I like it.
That's a good race, buddy. I'll give you that one.
Yeah,
but yeah, look, it's one of those things. That's why we have race control to try and look at these incidents, because I know for sure when you're in the car, you only see that one sort of perspective, yours,
100%, and it's just
to see everything else. And
yeah, it's looking out of a mailbox almost. You really can't see much. So I see
a bit more.
I see Jake's point of view, but I do see race control's point because he has rolled back onto the track. But I think he's just thought, well, I'm in, because you got so much runoff there. He's probably thought, right, I'm in the runoff, I'm all good. You know what I mean? And yeah, well, that's
Look,
what
it's one of
happens.
those things. I think, but as I said, this is going to be some exciting racing here tonight. Race number 2 for the TCR still to go ahead. And we've seen here that the TCRs, drafting's a big part of them. That little bumping and grinding, almost NASCAR style, seems to happen quite a bit in this series.
Yeah.
And we love to see that. But the moment you add these curbs in to the equation, guys saying that all of those different makes of cars are reacting differently to the curbs. So, whereas one car might be able to jump them and get up the inside, another car can't. And we've seen that it's that contact mid-corner that seems to be creating quite a bit of mess. And, I suppose 3 into 1 at certain corners around Sandown here is not really a good equation.
Definitely, but
Well, I should say it's not a good equation for the drivers. It's a great equation for SRW TV because it gives us all this great action to talk about.
yeah, definitely. Definitely to see, and but just give me a sec.
Well, we're getting close to the cars should start gridding up soon. Again, thanks very much to all our sponsors out there for SRW. DSL Welding Services, awesome to have them on board as our major sponsor. And it is the Warren and Brown Tools round number 3 for the TCR here. Sprint round. We've had one 20-minute race. Our second 20-minute race about to start. Likely that fuel is not going to be an option again. And it does look like it's a reverse grid.
Yeah, it does, and it's definitely changed it up. Greg Johnson's actually our P1 driver, so good to see Greg up the front. He's probably absolutely making his underwear colourful, so good to see Greg Johnson up the front, and Doug, is it Doug Cowan or Doug?
Gallons. So Doug
Gallons.
For velocity.
Yeah.
Now, Doug was quick. Right,
He was,
and he's already got a couple of podiums in the last 2 rounds. Now you put him on the front of the grid, so I think he's the big dark horse for you. Paul Gerland running P3 on the grid there. Nathan Allen P4, Adam Hughes P5. Adam Hughes getting caught up in that big moment on the first race, so he'll have something to prove. Deacon Gerland, Dean Sinkovich back in P7 in the reverse grid race, buddy. That's awesome. Scotty Rankin P8, Jake Edwards P9, Dylan DeBono P10L, winner of race number 1, Jake Jackson, Greg Licker, Harry Dodds, and Daniel Fritz at the back. Here come the lights as we get ready to go. Race 2, it is a 30-minute race, so
and they're off.
May be an issue.
Awesome jump by Greg Johnson there. Awesome run. Someone's out wide, 3 wide there. 2 wide's going to
blow off the line.
Yeah, the huge stall. One's up the inside. Jake Edwards is up the inside. Scotty Rankin's on the outside there. Awesome moves by Jake Edwards there. He's going to probably make another spot on here. Yep, he's made a move on Deacon here. Oh, great move. Scotty Rankin's coming through too. Deacon's got nowhere to go. Scotty's up the inside. Big crash. Greg Johnson and Jake Edwards involved. Huge contact. Look how much damage there is. That's probably going to be a safety car, straight up. Oh my God, I'm out of breath.
Well, yeah, I don't think we're going to see a safety car unless cars need to tow, but you can see that there's a massive gap back to the guys caught up in that incident.
Contact! Randall!
A little pooey caught up in that. What's happened there?
3 off there. Jake. Randall was involved with that. 2 wide, DeBono. Harry Dodds and Scotty Rankin and Nathan here. So Nathan's up the inside. Harry Dodds is on the outside. He's winning deep.
Safety car called, I think, is it?
Move. Safety car.
Safety car called. So that's, as I was going to say there before Shibby. Shibby was saying they only call the safety car out if there's a car that has to tow. But the other reason that you might see a safety car is if they feel it needs to calm stuff down. So, there's no safety car out there at the moment, buddy. They called it out. Can't see him out on track. Okay, he's waiting for the come around to catch the leaders again. Right. But he's going to have to come out of the pit because some of those cars are going to get caught a lap down, I think.
Have a
if
look
he
at this. So
likes.
this is the replay of lap 1. I just want to keep an eye on Greg Johnson here. Yep.
All right,
So
so what's happened to Greggy?
I think
He's
he's
caught
lost
the
it.
inside curb and
Oh,
gone
went
wide,
wide.
wide onto the grass and just lost
Oh
it.
no! So
And you can
one, so
see, oh, so who's that on the inside? There's that Paul Gerlin.
huge. No, that's Hughes. That's went around.
No, that's got the big dent in the front of him there.
Oh, that's. Oh,
So
just
you
look
can
at the
see 1, 2,
damage.
3. Randall
Edwards is
Lilpui
involved.
got squeezed on the wall there. Jake Edwards got squeezed.
Jake got
Who's in the
real.
rear? That's another SW machine that's run into the rear of Jake Jackson as well. Your teammate.
Yeah.
There's about 8 cars involved in that. Oh
Yeah,
my
well, it's
god.
quite funny. I'm just looking at Jake's car now, and it's got no damage on it. So I don't know how that's happened, but well done to Jake.
Wow. Well, we did say that it all happens here at SRW. So Harry's gone up the inside there. Jake Edwards. Okay, and you can just see there that a couple of guys have tried to go left, and everyone that went left there got caught. And then we've seen cars getting bounced back into the middle of the track. And that could have been a lot worse than it was, though I'm sure Benno wouldn't agree with me.
I love how you're positive, Cowie.
That's what contact
Oh,
between Randall and who was that? Is that
Yeah,
Nathan Allen, I
Nathan.
think?
Yeah.
Or
Oh, Greg Johnson, so he's giving him a push.
what's
Scared
the
Nathan.
Nathan's checked up there? And
Oh.
Nathan's moved to the outside and probably didn't realise that Randall was there. It'll be interesting to see what race control's got to say about that one. Because again, I mean, didn't look like it was massive contact, but just speed and Jake Edwards almost getting taken out there as well. Wow. So the Whitey's Pie machine, I think that livery that you guys are loving seeing out there at HQ is looking a little bit scratched up at the moment. But we do have the safety car out there, so we might see if some of these guys come in and take that fast repair. I believe it's only one fast repair for the night too. So if you used it up in race 1, you won't have it for race 2.
How good is that? Adam Hughes, P1. That's amazing. So all the Whitey Pies supporters out there, P1 for your boys. Harry Dodds, your teammate, in P2.
Wow.
And then Nathan Allen in P3. So that's interesting.
So there's some massive movers there. Well, you look at how far Harry is up 11 positions, which is just crazy. Paul Gerlin is down 10. Deacon Gerlin is down 9. Doug Gowans is down 9. Dylan DeBono is in. Well, he's held his position. So they're our big losers. Greg Leake also down 7. He's right at the back and 4 laps down. So I'd say Greg has used up his fast repair. Doesn't have it available for this race. Peter Gretton caught up in the mess there as well. Or did Peter not make the grid? I don't think Peter made the grid. Well, it's been an interesting race so far. We only got half a lap done in our feature, 30-minute feature tonight. It's a 35% fuel limit for the cars, Connor. So the guys were saying that it's going to be touch and go whether they get home, but maybe those few laps just bring the window in now. So it'd be interesting. There may need to be some fuel saving, but again, we've got the grid bunching back up, and we're still missing. Looks like Deacon is still in the pits at the moment. So obviously probably doesn't have that fast repair available to him. But we'll see how Yuzi handles it. We saw Dylan DeBono in race 1 hold him pretty much right to the line. Do you think Yuzi's going to wait that long, or he's going to find his point and jump?
Well, I've been watching Hughesy a bit now, and I haven't really put my finger on Hughesy yet. He's a bit weird, almost.
Get him in a 992 Porsche, and he's right at the front of those machines.
100%.
He's really enjoyed racing the TCRs.
I reckon he's going to go late here. No, he went early. No.
He's waiting.
Yeah, so
Harry.
they know Dodsy's quick off the line, so they're just gonna wait right at the end. Dodsy's right there, and he's gone. Yep, there it is. Good launch there by Harry and Adam there. Bit of a gap from Nathan there. Scotty Rankin in there too.
Yeah, P4 for Scotty, so good regard. Look at that, look at that.
Oh, huge! There's almost 5 wide, 3 wide, now 2 wide. Huge contact! Greg Johnson.
Greg's gone back, but looks like he's managed to stay out of any mess. I think that's possibly just a racing incident, just look like a bit of side-by-side contact there. But it's interesting. That side-by-side contact has not jostled these cars around that much in our previous races. But get them on Sandown, and it seems to be a major factor.
Yeah, definitely. There's there's about 4 cars in this pack. Scotty Rankin's the cork of the bottle. I thought Jake was going to make the move. He still might. Scotty Rankin sideways.
Nathan Allen into the wall.
The red Caesars just opened up for Jake Edwards. Huge contact in the back. Jake Jackson in the background backwards. Oh, Paul Gerlin's in that too. I can see his car back there. Scotty Rankin's in that. Brad Wall's in that. Jake Jackson, one of them's just had a bit of a slip up there. Adam Hughes is just leading the field here. Now he's going to go up. Dodds on the outside. He's going to make a move on the outside. Is he going to brake late? No, he's going to back out of it. Well done for Doddsy. Yep, good move there from both of them. Very smart. Jake Edwards was just parted like the Red Seas. So he's in P3 now. Dylan DeBono's in P4. So the Whitey's Pies 1 and 3.
Oh, Harry's got a good drive through there onto the straight there, so he might be looking to try and make a move up the inside here.
Yep, up the inside of Adam Hughes here, so he's just going to wait. Yep, so Adam Hughes is going to back out a little bit here. Doddsy's got the corner. Adam Hughes knows that, so he's going to back out of this. No contact, well done from both of them. Now they're going to go down the hill. This is where you can make your passing opportunities normally. Adam Hughes is going to be smart about this, but your teammate's leading now as Adam Hughes might get the run here. Doddsy's messed up the exit there. So he might get the move done. No, Hughes is going to stay out of it. He's just poking the nose a little bit, so he knows he's there. Now onto the straight.
Well, having a look at the comments in there, it looks like we've lost Dylan DeBono. He's been disqualified by race control. So that is going to be interesting to see what happened there. I think perhaps there might have been a bit of heated comment on the radio. Obviously we don't stand for any profanities and that sort of here at SRW. It is a children's show. And of course I always apologise if I let slip a...
Scotty Rankin up the intro. Greg Johnson.
Oh, the contact again there. But... Well, Chibi just reminded me, it's not just about, children, being friendly for children, but it's about being a professional broadcaster as well. So, and we want to be a professional league as well, where everyone's welcome to come and race. And, I know lots of the cars out there have got, talk to me bro and no social hate and other sort of mental health initiates. And, so it's a big part of what we're trying to promote here is good, friendly, hard, tight racing.
Yeah, definitely. And Carriage pretty much summed it up pretty much. But yeah, professional is definitely the big word out of it. But the contact was huge. So Greg Johnson's been really caught up in most of that. Scotty's been caught up in it. Dodds is still leading the field. 20 minutes to go. So Dodds is going to be really liking this. So Jake Edwards just chilling out there. P3 doesn't have much pressure from behind. DSL Welding Services.
You think you've got it sorted, Chibi, to see where it all started? So Greg got loose a little bit there, maybe a bit of contact. Jake's run around the outside to avoid it, and Greg's tried to get back on it. Okay, so that he did well to avoid there, and Greg came in hard, and I think might have been Paul Gerlin that managed to skirt around him there as well, which was some pretty good driving. All right, so here we come into, is that T3? No, so it's coming up to the next section where all the big moment happened. Jake's got a nice run there.
Awesome run there.
And what's... Again, it's, you know, we've seen cars trying to go 3 and 4 wide down here. Jake's making a move up the inside. Okay, and what's happening here? So, Jake's run... Okay, so 2 or 3 of them have just tried to carry maybe a bit too much speed down
As
into that
Scotty
complex.
ranking.
And yes, so it was Jake Jackson that did it, but that was Paul Girl on the inside. Was it Scotty had a moment?
Yeah, Scotty normally doesn't mess up, but I think the car's just let go of the rear on the right-hand side. Yeah, look at the suspension. See how much it's compressed.
Oh, this carried way too much speed.
Yeah.
He's trying to make it back, and he probably might have
bang.
even been better to straight line that. And
Yeah,
once
he's almost done.
There,
He's done the supercar line through there.
And then there was contact between Jake Edwards, was that, and Nathan Allen, who went spearing into the wall there. But again, just there's a few guys just trying to carry some speed down through the X's, and look at that. Randall Pui caught up in it.
Yeah, look at Jake's car there, just smashed in the wall.
Oh.
Huge contact there with the
Electra. Big game of pinball, I think, once that happens.
Yeah, but it looks like Scotty's just done the old supercar line going down there.
Now, while we've been watching that replay, it looks like Harry Dodds has got a move done on... he got Adam Hughes early, I apologise, so they're still sitting behind.
Yeah.
He's actually got a little bit of a gap going here too, Harry.
Yeah, he does. He's definitely got pace in the car, and the old Audi that apparently is not too quick around here. It's Adam Hughes is just using all the track there. But yeah, it looks like Dodds has got a lot of pace in that car. Good to see Doddsy just a huge amount of pace. Scotty Rankin's been helping him out.
Really, that was a really good shot to show there.
That was an awesome shot.
Because what it shows how well the car sort of skipped and sat and then drove when it was flat. Now that works fine when the track's flat. Put a curb in there or a bit of grass, and that stuff don't work very good anymore. And I think that's what's happened is when the car's flat and it does that skip, it just sticks and grabs. The moment you've got it a little bit sort of, you know, left or right side up in the air because you've hit a curb, it doesn't want to react like that and it bounces. We're just seeing it. But also seeing these guys pushing hard. They realise that, you know, it's when you're all bunched together, that's when you've got your best opportunity to make your passes. So it always comes down to risk versus reward. All right, so Dean Singovich, P6 at the moment, had a great P4 in race number 1, and he's putting the pressure on Daniel Fritz. I know both of these boys are in the chat up in the Discord, so I wonder if there's a bit of friendly banter going on here. Oh, Dean's closing in under brakes there.
I think that was
curb.
I think that was a bit of a scared tactic. If they're in the same chat, he's probably like, mate, I'll just put it up the inside. Move out of my way. You know, as we know, the SRW, like Kerry's saying, professional, but yeah, all the boys get in a chat and they just have a good old fun night. So yeah, they all have a bit of a banter. It's good to see.
There's quite a chunk of us here in the league that aren't fast enough to take home podiums and trophies and that. But that mid-pack battle is fierce, but it's competitive, but it's friendly as well.
So, it's a bit of information while we're sitting here, Cowie.
Yeah, mate.
So car 235, so that was Dylan DeBono, for swearing on comms. So he got disqualified for swearing on comms. So yeah.
Yeah, and we do know that there is no grace period for that from race control. You do it, you get disqualified from the session. So, you know, and again, I mean, look, we all get heated. Things happen in the moment. I mean, part of the reason that we're here talking about racing is because, you know, you want that competitive spirit to it. You know, it's what makes it great to watch. Oh, I see a big slide from Scotty Rankin there. He's got it under control. Just went in a little bit too deep. But, you know, again, we want to have those close battles. And unfortunately, you know, when you are battling close, there will be mistakes and there'll be moments. And sometimes we can get a bit fiery over the radio. And there's a limit. Don't cross it.
Yeah, pretty much. And basically race control, hitting him with the big yellow book, as I've started calling it, the rule book, and yeah, just giving it an old slap of
Oh, who's
yeah.
that? That's gone deep.
Oh, someone's off there. Who's that? Daniel Fritz. Daniel Fritz.
Is it Daniel? Or is it
David Gowan. My bad.
Yeah, Gus Gowans.
He's
So, and
he was
been right into the cross hairs of Paul Gurlin, running in 7th at the most. Scotty Rankin is close right up here as well. So we're going to have a 3-way battle here. There's a 2-way battle in front. And, you know, we've seen before, time and time again, the moment you struggle to get past someone or fight for a few corners, this could be a 5-car battle very, very soon, Connor.
Yeah, definitely. It doesn't take much for the two boys in front just to get the elbows out, lose a bit of time, and yeah, the guys in front just catching up, and David Gowan just catching on the back of Dean Sikovic, and yeah, there's a 5-way battle.
All right, it's starting to get close back up the front as well to Adam Hughes. That gap was out to about 0.7 or 0.8 of a second. He's now closed it back in, so it's only 0.3 of a second from Harry Dodds back to Adam Hughes. So there is a battle for first. We are staying with this battle for P6 and P5 at the moment, but we will just keep an eye. Remember, guys, when you're looking at the standings there on the screen, when you see yellow, it means that there's close battles. When you see orange, it's really close. So we can see there's several battles on track at the moment. And again, so Scotty Rankin just trying to find his way around Paul Gurlin at the moment. Paul's been driving a good defensive race. Didn't have much luck in the first race tonight, but a much better result. I know he got caught up in the stuff at the start, had to use a repair, and he's all going again. Scotty looking to go around. Is that Paul let Scotty through there? Oh, that's not what we want to see. What's going on there, Gurlin clan? He's supposed to fight that. All right, so let's go.
I think it's more of a strategy thing, because you can hook on the back of Rattle Gun and just go, I'll sit here, and Scotty will punch the hole in the air, and just pull him along and get through the field, and Paul will just follow him. So, you know, it is a smart move.
I know a few of the drivers have talked about, you know, trying to work together instead of fighting each other, especially like, you know, when first and second have got a bit of a gap, maybe third, fourth and fifth can work together to try and close that gap. But, you know, we're all got racing spirit at heart too. So, you know, I'm not here to you know, just to quietly boil the rice. You know, I want to stir it occasionally too, you know.
Yeah, I used to know a commentator that did that, so yeah, definitely. But yeah, I think it's a smart move to follow Scotty. He's got a lot of experience. I still beat Scotty in the TCRs too, so it's good to know that.
Well done. No, excellent timing there.
Yeah.
At the moment, that this little battle here is giving Jake Edwards a bit of a chance to close the ground. He's now got that gap down to about 3.5 seconds to the back of Adam Hughes. But here we've got this almost 5-car battle going on for P4, 5, 6, and 7. And I think it's P8 at the back there too. So it's close.
I mean, look at how much gain Scotty's gained. Like, look at him. Like, he was just behind Paul Gurlin there, and yeah, look at him now. So he's going to probably try and make a move with Dean Sikovic in front of him now. So
looks like that Audi's got a nice toe down there. So maybe there was enough of a toe that didn't give Scotty a chance to get up the inside with the cars in front. But we've seen that Scotty is prepared to really send it on the curbs and break deep. So we cannot write him off. And at the moment, Daniel Fritz, that's a good drive here. He's a little bit of a cork in the bottle, but that's more the nature of the cars than, you know, a comment of Daniel's driving, because we've just seen time and time again, you know, he has to punch the hole in the air for everyone else behind him.
Scotty Rankin's
get advantage of it.
Scotty Rankin's going to make a move. Oh, Scotty's going to break really deep here. Oh, he's almost forced him wide there.
Douglas broke about as late as you could there too to hold that off. So that was great driving from both of those guys. That was probably the absolute limit of where you can break in these cars, and both of them probably pushed about a metre past that too, I reckon.
So Dean Sikovich has just let him by. Both of them.
Oh, no,
Bobby's
Dean's
having
got
an issue.
damage. Is that Dean got a bit of damage there? Because that car looked like it crabbed there a little bit.
What's happened there?
Something.
No black flag for Dean. What's happened here? Hang on, he's just got on the radio.
He's banged the front steering. Look at that. It's a little bit on him. He's sort of and so that's a horrible.
Unfortunate for Dean Sikovich. That was an awesome run by the SRW car from Dean Sikovich. But yeah, that was unlucky. That was really unlucky to see. But Jake Jackson's just coming in shot there too, so he's going to try and pull back a couple of positions. Scotty Rankin's going to try and make another move, so Scott's going to move up to P6 now. Oh, yeah,
so he's just coming in the pits there.
Yeah, unfortunately.
He must have had contact with the wall there and damaged the steering because it just looked like he was having to correct down the straight and couldn't hold any speed. All right, so on board with Scotty Rankin now as he puts pressure on Douglas Gowans. This battle has been going on for the past couple of laps. And both of these guys right at the limit. Maybe a little tap there from Scotty. He's trying to set it up the inside. Can he own the corner? Oh, no, and he's tapped him. No, and he's done the right thing. He didn't want to earn that spot by spinning his opponent, so he has got out of it and redressed. But unfortunately, it cost Douglas a spot. And Paul Girl and Johnny on the spot to take away Pig 5 there.
Yeah, I saw that. He just came through the field. Yep. Thank you very much. Jake Jackson on the back of Doug now, so he's going to get a lot of pressure from Jake now from the bent up Elantra at 1.9 entry. A lot of Audis tonight and a lot of white cars too, so it's good to see a bit of purple.
So he got the wrong livery on. Is that why you're not so worried about it being beaten up there, buddy?
No, that's actually what we came out with new liveries about 3 months ago, and yeah, I do love the old livery. So yeah, heads up to good on Jake for running an old livery, bit of a retro livery, you can almost say. So it's good to see him.
I don't know if that front of that car is part of the drawing there. It's looking a little bit wounded, but Jake's still finding some pace here, and you can see that Paul Gerland has taken advantage of that little moment between Douglas and Scotty Rankin. Out front, looks like Harry Dodds has sort of maintained that sort of half a second gap to Adam Hughes. We will keep an eye on the clock because we are coming down to about 5.5 minutes remaining of this race. So you know what that means, buddy? There won't be a safety car unless it's diabolical out on track.
Yeah, pretty much, like 6 cars involved almost. but I think Jake's just got no straight line there because you can just see there. It's good in the corners. Like watch Jake really pull him in.
Maybe a bit of understeer, under braking in that as well.
True.
With that banged up front, and then also being, inside that dirty air as well.
Yeah, it wouldn't help. Yeah. And Scotty Rankin behind him out as well, one of our mates as well. So yeah, Scotty might help him here or not.
Oh, look, Scotty be a little bit dirty with himself. Probably expecting a much better result, especially with the great start he had in race number 1. But again,
Jackson make a move up the inside here. Oh, he's almost pushed him. He's pushed him really wide there. Scott might make a move too. Nah, so Jake's backed out of it. Scotty's going to make it. Oh, Scotty's almost made a move. Oh, that was scary. Seeing from Scotty from there. But, Jake's almost hit the wall there too. Oh, come on, boys.
It's close here.
Oh, mate. I feel like going over to the chat to Jake and go, hey, mate, can you not kill anyone? Or Scotty, don't kill anyone, please.
Look, everyone is out there in YouTube and Facebook van to be absolutely loving this. This is what SRW is all about, close, hard racing. And these boys...
Scotty make a move up the inside of Jake Jackson. Oh!
He tried that last lap. And
that was so close.
If the car turns in, you've got to get out of it or you're going to turn him. So, and, you stick your nose up where it's not wanted, you're going to probably cop the penalty. So good move from Scotty there. Live to fight another lap. And we are on lap 20 now. Scheduled for 26 laps tonight, but we are inside 3.5 minutes. So tonight's race will go time certain. Perhaps maybe another 3 laps. We'll keep an eye out. At the moment, that gap out front has come back down again too to 0.4. So Adam Hughes lining up. Oh, it's that wide there from Jake, and Scotty trying to get away past, but somehow Jake was able to keep that broken car. I think it might have even been sideways there, blocking half the track. And here it is, Yuzi pushing hard. This is when he's going to try and make his move on Harry. Has Harry hung on to tyres?
Yeah, we'll see what happens there, but it looks like Dodsy's just got like a lot of pace in the car tonight. As we see, like, she's just look at him on the brakes. I think Hughes is a lot more confident on the brakes, but Dodds gets a better exit, as we can see there.
Well, it's part of that tactic of how you drive when you're in the front. If you can, brake a little bit earlier, in a point where your opponent can't.
Scotty,
go deep.
Sorry, Scowy, keep cutting me off. But yeah, Jake Jackson going really wide there, almost off the track there.
Well, he used all of it there. There's plenty of track there. It was still concrete.
Yeah, try and use all of it. Well done, Jake. Thanks for the scare, mate. I'm sure all the boys are watching. Say hi to them for me. So Jake might make a move up the inside, pretty far back.
Jake's
went wide.
Can't seem to get that up there. And again, we've seen, getting up the inside of T1 is all well and good one thing, but it's being at the inside for T2 that seems to get you the run. And
close.
Using a little bit of a rub of the wall there from Scotty. Car won't like that. All right, we're going back down through the pack. There's a great battle here between Greg Johnson, Bradley Wall, and Nathan Allen as well. So this is the battle for P10. And Greg's gone wide there and had to get out of it.
Greg still held. Didn't lose two spots.
It is on for all money up front, buddy. Now, 0.2 of a second between Adam Hughes and Harry Dodds. Harry looking to... is Adam going to try and send it down here into T1? No, he thinks better of it. Because again, as we said, T1 is one thing. It's all about T2. So,
watching Hughes for the last, 4 rounds, watching him, he's a very smart driver. If the move's not there, he won't do it.
Well,
so he's just going to wait.
As we said before, it's part about making your opponent think about that you're trying to make the move there, and then he moves to cover, and you originally weren't going to try and make that move. You just want to make him think you're doing it. And you can stay out on your regular line, carry more speed on exit. So, again, and as I said with Harry, he's making sure he maybe brakes a little bit earlier in a spot where his opponent can't get past him. And then that mid-corner, he can slow up the mid-corner, get that strong exit, and that gives him that little bit of a jump. So, all right. So, Scotty Rankin, Scott round Jake, so we missed what happened there. And now he's putting pressure on Douglas Gowans, looking up the inside, but thought better of it.
Definitely. So Scott's just going to hang back, so he's going to get a better exit than here from Doug and the other one in front of him.
There. Scotty looking to try and get up the inside for the second last turn. Can he go around the outside and stay on the inside for the next one? A little bit of contact. And more. Just the curve. Oh, no.
I think that's a penalty coming Scotty's way.
And very well good. White flag. So let's go to the front, because this is the battle for the lead of this motor race.
There's Harry Dodds is leading. Adam Hughes is just there. He wants to hold on to that slipstream. I don't think he's going to make a move coming down the hill. I don't think he's close enough. He might make a dive up the inside.
That seems to be the move, getting up the inside and coming down the hill rather than trying to make it in the corner.
Yeah, that's
look at this.
It's Dodds just got a bit sideways there.
Here
the brakes. Adam's really put it up.
He's gone too deep and he just couldn't pull it up.
I wonder what happened there, because it looked like Dodds moved down almost. I don't know.
It definitely, Adam Hughes was getting squeezed there, so I think Harry left him enough room, but again, it is all in race control's call to decide that, and it may well mean that we will have to wait a little bit to see what comes of it.
Yeah, I'm thinking. No, I don't know. Hang on. Can we just go back up, Shibby? Sorry, mate. But I don't know, because
a little bit.
It looks like
entry, yeah.
Yeah, because it looks like Dozzy covers it straight up, but I don't know. Like, did he?
I think he left there's not a lot of room left there. He's held his line. Let's have a look here. He hasn't moved under brakes. He's held a line there. Hughes just gone for the tightest of thing and caught grass. Yeah.
Bang. So Dodds.
I don't think Harry. Yeah. Look, that is an all or nothing effort there from Adam Hughes, and we applaud him for that. Yeah, I think you're right there. No way he was gonna get that pulled up, especially when he hit the grass.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
did it cost him P2? But
Yeah, it did. But yeah, his pies second and third, which I think they'll be happy about. I think we'll wait a bit. See if any...
Well, what I was going to say, Shibby, it's a combined result for tonight, is it? So we got someone behind the scenes doing the maths, so we know who to bring in.
Yeah.
Possibly not. Okay. Okay, so race control looking at it, so we'll leave it in their hands for the moment. But as far as it goes, that was awesome to watch. There was stuff happening everywhere. And
well on the Doddsy though, eh?
Oh, look, it was a great battle there. Yeah, great win in race number 2 from a teammate. And great to see the performance sim racing machine up there. But more importantly is it was just red hot battles up and down the field.
Yeah, definitely. So, but I think Doddsy's overall winner because he did really well in the first race.
He had the big moment in that first race and finished P13 in the first race. I wouldn't be surprised. Hughesy's going to be in the mix. I think Jake Edwards is going to be in the mix. Dylan DeBona, our race 1 winner, was disqualified from race 2. I'm going to make a call here. It could be Jake Edwards that runs away with the round win here.
Yeah, it could be. It definitely could be Jake Edwards. I reckon you're onto that. So if he does jump in the booth, I reckon we might get Edwards first.
Oh, well, look, we've got Harry in the booth here, so let's bring him in and have a chat to him because that was a cracker of a race. All right, Harry Dodds for Performance Sim Racing, buddy. What a cracker race! And Husey just went really hard the last thing, right at the end there, buddy. But I suppose that's what you do on the last lap, isn't it?
Yeah, well, if you don't have a crack, what are you doing? So, yeah, full credit to Husey. He pushed me out of the way, which is what I expect from a bloke like him. But yeah, absolutely stoked. The monkey's off the back, and yeah.
Well, you got caught up in it in race 1 and just unfortunate bit of contact at the wrong time. You know, you couldn't do much about it with what was happening in front of you, buddy. But yeah, you've come back and put it on P1 in race number 2. Not sure how that will go for the round because you had to start back, but you had a cracker start there, Harry. You were up 11 positions by that first safety car. How the hell did you thread your way through that?
Mate, I think you're asking the wrong person there. I really have no idea myself at all there. I suppose it was just like, yeah, just saw what's going on in front of me. Like with all the race comps going, it was kind of hard to pinpoint where it was. And yeah, just coming out of turn 4 and then I see like cars got piled up and I'm like, what?
Well, okay. You went right, buddy. We're just watching it now. You went right, and going right was the right call. Those who went left made the wrong call. So sometimes it can come down to that. It's a 50-50. But it worked for you tonight, buddy, and you found yourself at the front on the restart. And as you said, Husey was pushing you the whole way. Were you trying to look after tyres, or was it just 100% every lap?
Oh, it was 100% every lap because these cars, these tyres last a real longevity. So yeah, to be honest, it didn't surprise me with the tyre life, but yeah, the straight line speed I had was what I reckon got me there. Part of the reason, anyway.
Awesome, buddy. Well, I haven't been getting any podium results of late, so it's been a while since we've heard about all the performance sim racing sponsors. So take it away. And let us know who's looking after us.
Oh, it'd be a pleasure, Cowie. How about that, eh? First off, it's a big rap to Toyo Sim, and we haven't plugged them in the last few weeks, as you just pointed out. But yeah, good. Still good to have them on board. Hashtag Talk to Me Bro, West End Motor Group, Parramatta Isuzu Ute, and Too Easy Finance.
Oh, you forgot the most important sponsor there, buddy. Come on.
Oh, and who can forget CowieMusic.com?
Yeah, that's
There we
right.
go.
All right. Well, thanks very much, mate. Congratulations. We'll let you go. We're going to bring Adam in. You take away the questions, Connor, seeing I talked my head off during those ones.
Yeah, I feel like I've been
All
talking.
good.
Well done, Dodds. Well, I feel like I've been talking to you all week, Adam. How you going, mate?
Good yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, bro. What a race, mate. I'm amazed you had the crack, but even Doddsy was said, you know, if you don't have a crack, what are we doing here racing?
Yeah, pretty much, right. I was happy with second and or third, just because I don't race this car enough, and I'm here sort of trying to help Jakey out, and I sort of missed the 2 first rounds just of just working and forgetting to jump on at the right time. So yeah, no, it's a good race between himself and I. Like I was gonna have a crack earlier, but you know, honestly, the Audi just got so much pace in a straight line. The speed is just overwhelming that it has. So it had to be a last lap sort of crack, but no, it was a good race, mate. It was awesome. Enjoyed it thoroughly.
Awesome, buddy. Well, we can't talk for too long because we're going to get ready for the next race. So I'll give you a chance to have a chat to your sponsors, and we'll bring Jake in. And
Yeah,
you
no
can
worries,
ask
mate.
questions too, Connor. But take it away, Husey. Let us know who's looking after you.
As always, Shibby, mate, for working the cameras. Yourself, Connor, and yourself, Cowie. Good to hear from you again, Cowie, by the way. Long time no see. Thanks to you fellas. Obviously RC for doing their part with obviously the race. Obviously Crisscross Racing for another good season. Obviously my teammate Jakey. Obviously Whitey's Pies, Jennifer Russell Real Estate, Pool Master, Palms and Bakery, Shunts, and I think that's all the sponsors and obviously all the competitors. So yeah, cheers, boys.
Awesome, buddy.
I
Well,
feel like I'll be able to memorise them at the end of the season, mate. I might have to have a go at the end of the season and see if I can get them all. But well done, mate. I don't think you could have had a better drive. Talking about an awesome drive, Jake Edwards, mate. Bit of the Red Seas tonight, mate. Just parted like the Red Seas.
Yeah, just a little bit, man. It was pretty hard battling out there, which was good, but especially with De Bono in that first race. That first race was a killer.
Yeah.
so what was it around here, buddy? Is it contact with curbs and all that? It just created an unknown.
Yeah, it's hard, man, because like I think in the Audi as well, once you hit the curbs, it just sends you, and it's just so bouncy. And then I think it was just the Hyundai. The Hyundai just glides over the curbs like there's no tomorrow, man.
But didn't have the outright pace of the Audi.
No,
So-
definitely not, man. The Civic's lacking that VTEC 100%.
All right, buddy. Well, we can't talk for too long. Would love to have a chat to you, but give us a quick wrap of your sponsors, and we'll let you go, buddy.
Sweet, man. I'd just like to give a big shout out to Aaron and Jared out at Whitey's Pies, mate. Yeah, without them, wouldn't be able to do it. Yeah, would like to thank Whitey Pies itself and Ryko Performance. That's about it, man.
Awesome, buddy. Well done. Got the jump on your teammate who decided to try and open the door a little bit too harder, but well done. And I'm sure we'll see you at the front next week as well, battling hard once again.
Thanks. Cheers, boys.
Alrighty, well that will bring us to the end of our interviews there with the drivers. We will go to a short intermission while we get up the F3s. Remember, this is only part one of tonight's big doubleheader here at Sandown for SRW TV.
downforce is affected. So he said, do not touch any curbs in these cars because you will get floor damage.
Well, it is definitely, we have seen, and I have maybe mentioned it a few times on the stream before, that, you know, sometimes you can look at these cars the wrong way and they'll break. So I'm sure those curbs are going to do a little bit more than look at them if they hit them the wrong way.
Yeah, that's for sure. Matty Jones getting 2 purple sectors there as one of the cars just lock up there. Adam Simpson does a good time. Adrian's on a good time.
Well, it's only early days in qualifying. Again, another 15-minute qualifying session for you here on SRW TV. Though, unlike the last round, which was the sprint, guys that start their last lap before that counter hits 0 will get an opportunity to finish it. And again, another fixed setup series, so everyone starts on the same fuel, and we're going to see the faster times as we get to the end of the session as they burn that fuel off.
Yeah, and we talk about the fixed setup as well. It's always, in my opinion, the best way to race. Adam Simpson had a purple sector there. I think someone just got a faster split in that sector there. But yeah, fixed setup's always the way to go. Adrian Loretti, P2, you know, good time. Christopher Island, saw him the other week at Phillip Island and actually disconnecting. So Scotty Barton just goes around.
Yeah, I think he had some technical issues there, I think, but there's your look at the curves, as Shibby said. The moment you sort of launch the car up there and you can just see it's just not settled. He tries to get on the gas to see if it'll sit and bounce like some of the other cars do. And no, it didn't want to play ball.
Yeah, no ball tonight, that's for sure. But yeah, like I said, like you'll get floor damage. I think Scotty Barton's actually got a bit of damage on that front wing.
I don't know if he hit the floor there, it was all tyres, but you're right, it could be that front wing cop a bit of damage. And
yeah,
you know.
I mean, yeah, I've been driving these every Tuesday now, and yeah, they're probably one of the weirdest but the funnest cars you can drive. If anyone's driven the IndyCar has a lot of downforce, so it doesn't have these things don't have as much downforce. That they've just got less power and a little less downforce, but they've got no grip. Just like
I think it's
huge
similar
on
to
ice.
I drive the V8 Radicals, and it seems to be a similar sort of style car with the way it sort of behaves. And again, it's all about trusting that you've got that downforce, because the moment you go into a corner not as committed as you should be, you don't have the grip. So,
Yeah, that's it. And yeah, you just need tight temp as well.
True. Yeah, Matthew Pignatus put a 104.1 and put himself in the second position. Matthew had a really interesting race last week. Was right in the thick of things and then got sort of caught up in a mess near the end of the race. And but has shown some pace already. I mean, we are seeing that's the Alpha Venturi racing machine. I think there's a couple of those guys on the grid tonight. And we've got another unwanted visitor in the stream, buddy. Yeah, he's on it. Shibby's right on it, guys. And but we'll have to see how many kittens there are out there tonight. I'm going to have a look and see if looks like I might have a bit of inside information here from the Kittens Motorsports machines. So apparently Adrian's parents and his sister are down having a sleepover. Rob, Rita and Bianca are going to be tuned in as well. So hi, guys. And apparently the end of season party has been locked in. Darren is testing a new wheel tonight, so he's got an excuse apparently. Daniel might have an excuse too apparently, because he's been tweaking his PC, trying to get his ultimate frame rate. Right?
I don't think anyone should.
And Darren just decided in his little message to me here, just give himself a double excuse, because he reckons all of the other boys did some practice last night and he missed out.
Oh no. It's quite funny. We look at the lap times, and as Stream probably knows, Cowie and I both drive the Supercars, and these cars already smashed the time out of the Supercars already, like 3 seconds almost. So yeah, it's good to see.
That's actually probably closer than it should be. You know, you get these cars on a track like Fuji or something, and they'd be miles quicker. But with Sandown's a smaller track, only 3.1 Ks. But as we said, it's all about the curbs around here, and various cars, how much you can sort of abuse them. And then you come to something like an F3, which is all about aero and floor and that perfect airflow over the car. The moment you put little dings in it, that airflow gets disrupted and it can have major consequences. Oh, see the JWM machine there? I did see Uncle Hutto putting a call out there for the JWM boys. That's awesome. Michael Locke as well on the chat. Bia, thanks for saying hi. Yeah, look, tune in, guys. Give us those likes and subscribes. It is tonight our DSL Services F3s. Are they also sponsored by Warren and Brown for tonight's round? Oh, so that is awesome news. We've also got racecraft simulations on board. We've got Dragon RC, Melville Equipment Corps as well, and Toyo Sim, and the promo department safety car. So just great to have all these sponsors on board. We are about halfway through qualifying now, and it's Chris Island that has jumped to the top, the only man into the 103s. Oh, is that Matty? No, it's Christopher Island that's put it into the fence. So pushing really hard.
No, that was and one of the feature cars, Adrian. One of the cars just hit the wall there too.
The boys aren't. They're holding back. The times are hotting up, and we can see that mid pack. We've got to go down to 15th before we find a car that's outside a second of the top time. So that's how close it is. So we've got a nice healthy field tonight of 20 cars. So 20 F3s around Sandown, where the walls loom high and the curbs are angry. Should be
Huge.
an awesome night of racing. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
one of the cars just going around there.
Timothy Schmalenberg just looping it round. Well, again, that's all about testing the limit there, going as hard as he can. Running in 15th at the moment, Timothy, so he's not having a great qualifying run, and he's just trying to find that pace. But as we know, you damage the car, you're going to have to reset it, and then you're starting from full fuel again, and take another couple of laps to get the tyres up the temp. You can't really push in these until lap 3 or 4. So,
well, that's interesting to see. We've always said about Matty Jones being unstoppable, but top 3 are very close. I mean, Christopher Island's gap Matty Jones by about 4/10, P2 and P3.
I know Matty Jones was talking in the chat earlier in the week, and he put up, I think, a time of 104.1 or something around that as his video to help the boys around here and show them around. He did say he reckons a 3.5 would be on the cards if he hooks a lap together. So at the moment, Chris Island's done a 103.7, so he's almost hooked up Matty's perfect lap. We'll have to see if Matty's still got it in him with about 5 minutes of quali left.
Yeah, we'll see if Matty's still got it in him, but yeah, like to see Christopher Island up there. I mean, we saw him disconnect at Winton, and that was just dreadful to see because
he had a major technical issue, I believe. I think was it his brake pedal?
No, it was his throttle. It was his throttle
that broke. Yeah.
So his spring, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. It was the spring.
So the spring broke in three. It went into three pieces. Won't name the brand or anything. That would be bad. But yeah, the throttle broke. So he couldn't do anything about it. So he's probably fixed up the spring by probably Racecraft Simulations or Toyo Sim. So thanks to those guys, and
got him back in business,
now.
And he's firing it up at the moment. Put P1. See Uncle Hotto on the chat there, just saying odds on Tomo getting another black flag this week. Well, we don't like to talk about that, buddy. Last week was last week. It's a fresh night. The trophies are all there for the taking once again, and get in there and race hard. Don't think about it. Look, I think my first season at SRW, I got 5 black flags, I think, in my first season. So
Yeah, I was up there for Black Flag. Like, I haven't even raced in SRW yet, but it's been a few leagues. I've got a couple of Black Flags in Andretti. Adrian, I almost said Andretti, which is which would be quite funny. Adrian, purple sector in the first sector, so the track might actually be getting a bit better, and the fuel's coming out of the car, so the times will be getting
P3
quicker.
there, yeah, straight up into P3. So David Gallo had also put in a 104.05, and so Adrian's got him by 400ths of a second. So it's still close. We are talking at 0.3 of a second, 3/10 separating first to fifth, and we're looking at half a second separating first to 10th. Now that is crazy.
Yeah, it definitely is, and I'm still shocked that Chris is 4/10 in front of Matty Jones. Like, we've seen the pace of Matty Jones; it's been incredible.
I guess 2.5 tenths there. So Matty's done a 104.01. So he has improved it a little bit.
Yeah.
Still, Chris has got the benchmark. All right, so we're coming in inside the last 2 minutes. So Matty Jones is probably going to get this lap and one more to try and hook it up. And it is actually Chris Island on track in front of him at the moment too. So
Yeah.
not only is he chasing him,
a bit of smoke. Bit of smoke coming up here.
I was going to say, not only is he chasing him down on the leaderboard, I think that was one of the JWM machines again, but he's also chasing him down here on the track itself. And is he close enough to get a little bit of a tow? Maybe.
I think he would.
And far enough to not get into the wash. So that might be a perfect strategy, a perfect positioning.
Well, look at Chris. Look at the tow. He's getting huge.
Oh, he's gone deep. Chris has gone deep. I think there might have been contact there. But he has got out of Matty Jones' way, and it looks fast.
Definitely looks.
Oh, only one green sector, Shibby tells us. So it'll have to be a mighty green sector if it is. There we go. What's he done? A 139. So still only about 1.5% off Chris at his fast. But Chris Island still has it. David Gallo here getting ready to set up his last lap. So we can see a few of the guys here are just letting the tyres cool down, I think, and getting ready to send it for one more lap. That's probably why we're seeing a few orange sectors. Though Adam Simpson did put in a green sector there at the end to do a 104.3, but that's only got him in 14th at the moment. That's how close it is. We're talking the entire field, apart from the top two, are in the 104s. Wow. And a couple of kittens machines here helping each other.
Flag.
David made it across the line there. I think that flag came out just before him. But Danny Matesic. Now, I did speak to Danny last week, so I think Matesic is even still wrong, so I've forgotten how I'm supposed to say the name. And I do apologise, Danny. Please give me a roast out there for getting it wrong again, buddy. All right. Oh, and he's beached it as well. Well, that might be the end of your qualifying there, Mr. Scott Barjan from After Dark Sim Racing. Daniel Byrne here, having a look at the moment. Is that Tim Smalenberg? Timmy has not been able to improve his time, so that's left him in P16. Daniel Byrne looks like he's come across the line slow as well. These guys all just abandoning it. Have we got any cars left out on the track? Doesn't look like we've got anyone still on a hot lap. Scotty's just staying parked there on that apron, on that little curb. But yeah, Daniel's definitely not on the pace, yeah, so I think that will be our last cars out on track. Scotty is trying hard because those wheels are still spinning. Oh, here we go. This is Timothy still on a lap. He does have orange sectors and he's run deep there, so that will end his qualifying as well. Wow. Well, awesome bit of running there from the guys, and it is Chris Ireland from Send It Sim Sports that has pipped Matty Jones for pole position in tonight's race with a 103.7. Matty Jones was trying hard to get him back there, but fell a tenth and a half short the Precision Performance Shop machine in P2. And then we've got Kittens Racing rocking out row 2 with Adrian Loretti and David Gallo. It is Matthew Pignata for Alpha Venturi Racing P5, Scott Barjan P6 for After Dark Sim Racing, and then we've got another couple of kittens, Darren Fahey and Daniel Byrne, Jeff Thomas for JWM Motorsports in P9, Bruce White P10, my buddy had a podium last week, which was awesome, Martin Lofthouse, the other JWM machine, and Steve Tonkin, another JWM machine. So Bruce, you better watch out, you've got JWMs all around you there. I think we've got some more people on the grid just waiting for the next times wants to tick over, and it is Andrew Lydon, another kitten, Adam Simpson, Fishy Motorsports. I had a great race with Adam in the V8s on Monday night. John King, JWM, Timothy, JWM. We got Wade Reynolds and Tim Betts, more JWMs. So there's about 8 of them out there tonight. Danny Matesic and Dean Sinkovich in P20. Thomas Anderson for Alpha Venturi Racing in 21st and last position, and Greg Barger and Tyson McAvoy, our race controllers for the night. Ooh, I need a breath, buddy, so I'm going to let you call the start of this race.
Yeah.
And I might take a drink. Huh.
Yeah, right, mate.
I'm not used to 20-car grids in the F3s. It's great.
So, I mean, the whole 3 rounds, what we're up to now has just been huge.
That's great, mate.
Yeah, it's just great to see. And look at how many kitten cars, like the PSI guys are up the front, Send It Sim Sports. But
WM and Kittens Motorsports show.
Yeah, pretty much. So about to go green here, so we'll wait for it. The green. There we go. So the PSI guys are going to launch the kitten cars. It's got an awesome launch too. So we'll just have lost sight of the...
Oh, Chris has done well there to hold that spot because I think him and Matt...
Yeah. Oh, huge contact in the background. Oh, look at him. They're all gone.
That's all.
I can't even count how many cars are in there. I reckon there's about a 12 in there. Send It Sim Sports are leading the field. Kitten cars are right behind. There's about 3 kitten cars right behind it.
Oh.
Surely it's yellow, so we'll wait for the promo department. Yeah, there it is. So the promo department's just came out. So the promo department. So the promo department cars just came out to.
Sandown has definitely got the excitement for starts going here. Look, there's a couple of bent wings. Oh, so we didn't have to go long into this race to have action. Not the sort of action the drivers would have loved. Looks like a start from Bruce White. So he got bogged down a little bit there. Is that Martin Lofthouse making a move up on the inside of him there? And Bruce has just locked up the rears, has he?
Yeah, it looks like it.
He's tried to go, and that's clipped. Oh, that could be a penalty coming Brucey's way after his great result last round. Not what he wanted, and I think that was Scotty Barjan that he caught there, I think. And Matthew Pignata got caught up in that as well. Adam Simpson looks like he got a pretty good start. So Bruce is just locked up, and he's locked up right in front. Who's that? In front of one of the JWM machines. That might have been one. And the Alpha Venturi car, is that the curb that is caught in then? Or did you see that?
Yeah,
Connor?
I think that's the curb, man. Like, look at that car. Look at Bruce in the air there. Yeah, so Adam Simpson's just got through, as we could see the purple car come through.
And well, look, there's more contact going on here as the boys are trying to get out of the way. Alpha Venturi machine and one of the JWM machines there as well. Wow. So race control is calling out the safety car, probably more just to cool everyone's jets a little bit.
Yeah, turn off the afterburners basically. Yeah, like huge incident there. So we're on board with Martin Lofthouse.
Okay, so unfortunately had nowhere to go.
Yeah, so he's moved.
Bruce is trying to get out of the way and has clipped one of the I think one of the crisscross machines. And well, Martin somehow survived all of that.
Yeah, I think he got a bit of
His
front
front wing,
damage.
yeah, his front wing's looking a bit banged up there though, so he didn't get out of it scot-free, unfortunately. But well, it is only a single race tonight, so I'm sure a few of these boys have already gone into the pits here. Thomas Anderson, Bruce White, Tim Schmalenberg, Matthew Pignata, Scott Bargen have all gone into the pits to fix those broken cars. Yes, that will give up track position, but you can't drive a broken F3 around here. You just give up way too much time.
Yeah, it was just... If you've got a damaged car, you got to go and fix it. Like, I had a bit of floor damage in the car, and I lost 3/10 a lap just because of a bit of floor damage. No front wing damage, no rear wheel. Like, nothing else was wrong besides floor damage. And I was losing so much time. So I think tonight will be more of a survival, just to keep your car straight and not have your wheels broken.
Sandown is definitely biting the SRW runners tonight. We've seen lots of actions. We've seen safety cars in every race so far, including the 2 sprint rounds in the TCRs. And, you know, look, I know in the V8 Supercars, this can be an extremely hard place to pass. You know, if you position the car in the right position, you can make it very wide. And I'm sure the same principle applies in F3 racing.
I mean, yeah, your passing opportunities are turn 1, and then the back straight for that fast left. They're your main passing points. I mean, I think I've passed everyone in every spot around here. However, yeah, like.
Well, I was going to say to you, it doesn't mean that passes are impossible.
Oh, 100%. But they're your main passes. You know, like for not having contact really.
Yeah, but I think, you know, look, what we're going to see is the faster guys here try to pressure the guy in front. And it's that pressure that probably causes more, you know, not just incidents, but that, you know, those opportunities. Because, you know, if you can force the car in front to have to go to the inside and cover, and you can take that outside line, it means you're going to have a much better exit. So it's not just about getting it done under braking. It can sometimes be got done on that straight. And we've seen the toe play a decent part in the TCRs, though, again, the Audi seemed to be the stronger car there for the straight line. These things are all the same car, and we know how important the aero is on them. So they're going to punch a decent hole in the air. It's going to be a great toe, but it's going to be whether or not you've got that front end grip when you get into the corner.
Yeah, definitely. So while we're about to go green, so the safety car's in. Sorry, but yeah, the safety car's just in now. So Christopher Island's got a lead.
Let's see what happens.
Matty Jones in P2. So we'll just wait for Christopher Island to go green here. So we'll just
we haven't seen anyone go early yet.
No, we haven't. And I genuinely think if you went early, yeah, that would be your best play. So we'll just wait for these guys to bunch up. So, and no, he hasn't. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, so there it is.
There, and that forced Matty to pick up, and then he went. So, interesting strategy there. I think Matty read that pretty well, but Chris executed it well, just enough to give him that little gap. And here we go. Is that already one of the Kittens machines there? Is that Daniel Byrne trying to pop out and do a little peekaboo in Jeff Thomas's mirror?
One of the kicking cars almost going up the inside there. That was almost a dangerous move. Teammate on teammate. We saw that last week at Winton. They had a bit of a bingle.
But look, the rule is you don't take out your teammate.
Yeah, that's the rule.
But you know, when you've got 6 of one team and 7 of another, as Uncle Hutto has pointed out, the battle of the teams, the Kittens and JWMs. So, unfortunately, you know, when a third of the field is one of your teammates, you might end up battling with them anyway. So,
yeah, that's it.
I think these boys battle against each other all the time, so it's just another race.
Yeah, and P1 and P2 are sent at Sim Sports. So, I mean, what do you do? But, yeah, as we see the kitten cars, it's about 3, I can see 4, 5, I can see 6 right there.
JWM sandwich and a kitten sandwich there. So Jeff Thompson got a good restart there, and he's done well. Adam Simpson, Fishy Motorsports, in P10 at the moment, so he is up 4 positions. Our big movers at the moment, Andrew Lydon up 5 positions.
Oh, up the inside of that. Oh, W car contact. Oh, that car does not look well. I think actually that back left tyre.
He's stuck in the walls. That well being maybe another safety car, and that was Danny that made contact there, and I think so. We will see what race
Safety
control's
car.
got to say, and it is a safety car. There you go. Wow.
So Bruce White was actually black flagged for that first incident. So unfortunate for Bruce, he'll have to go and serve the penalty. But it looked like when he hit the wall, the back left tyre was actually up too. So you might have a damaged
so
axle.
it's just turned in late there, Stephen.
Mm.
But we're gonna have another look at it. Thank you. So, look, he probably doesn't know he's up there, so that may.
Yeah, I
probably gonna
mean, my personal opinion, I don't think the move was on at all.
Well,
completely.
This is up there and it wasn't up far enough, so I think you're
Mm.
right. There's probably a penalty coming Danny's way, unfortunately. But we'll see what race control has got to say of it. But it has been action aplenty tonight. Incidents galore. We've had safety cars. Sandown is being a right royal monster tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like Bathurst just in Melbourne.
Oh.
So it's good. It's good to see a lot of action here. I mean, we're so used to the supercars here, but you know, I said to Cowie at Bathurst that these things are almost like S5000s. You know, the same car and same everything, just a different engine, obviously.
Did the S5000s didn't get a visit to?
I think
it's not on the
there
calendar,
was testing.
is it?
Yeah, so I think they did testing, but no, nothing happened. So unfortunately, but if iRacing can bring those things in,
Well, I
I'd be
believe
keen.
that Supercars announced that the Sandown 500 will be back next year, I think. So that'll be great to see.
Yeah, it's good to
that-
see.
Well, just that makes those 3-round enduro with Sandown and Bathurst and then the Gold Coast 600.
Yep.
All right, so safety car is staying out. I think everyone there looks like they've got their cars repaired. You probably like that penalty. I don't know if Bruce would have got a chance to actually serve that penalty. We are 10 minutes into our 60-minute race tonight. All of this brought to you thanks to DSL Welding Services and Warren and Brown Tools, our round 3 sponsors for tonight. And Chris Island, what's happened to Chris? Because he has disappeared from the top spot. So he has pitted.
Yeah,
Chris went for a repair there. So he must have hit some curb and had a bit of damage or something. Because, you know, he was out in front there and Matty hadn't got him by then.
Christopher Island, yeah, he might have just had a bit of damage. So something else happened to Chris Island. Yeah, I wonder what that was.
He entered the pits. Yeah, so he just went into the pits for a well, he's only spent how long in the pits? So that wouldn't have even been fuel. So that would have just been fast repair.
Could have been a bit of fuel. He might be.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
He might.
A little bit.
It's a bit of a gamble, but if there's another safety car, he might make it home with like, you know, we've done 6 laps or so on the greens, so maybe it's worth for that box then just save a bit. So Matty Jones went really early here.
Oh, Matty's done it good BF. So there's an early go, and he's done it well. But it's going to be an issue for Chris back in the field there now, and we've seen that, you know, it's easy for moments to have in front of you and you get nowhere to go.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
strategy might, if he makes it to the podium, we can ask him. But at the moment, it is Matty Jones back out in front. Is that Chris Island already going up the
huge contact at the back. One of the Kin cars coming back on the track there. Huge contact in the back.
SRW machine. That's going to be. Is that going to be another safety car? He's got going.
Yeah, I think it might be. We'll just wait. We'll just wait and see what race control says. The
Oh,
race stewards. Sorry. So DSL Welding Services replay here.
oh, he's just gone in
So
deep.
Dean's just
too
went.
deep.
Yeah, Dean's just went too hot. That's it.
Oh, look at that avoiding action from Stephen. That was a great. How he
That
was
was
able
awesome.
to get around him.
It's like the car just instantly turned.
Turn, it did, yeah. Wow. So, I wonder
Yeah,
if Bruce
so
has had a chance to serve his penalty.
No,
I think then he would have tried to, and he can't.
Well, technically, there's not a yellow out, so he could actually serve.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's served his penalty, and but yeah, no safety car either. So
Well, he didn't actually stop in pit lane, did he? No, he did, Bruce. It says
Yeah, he
44
must have.
seconds. Maybe it was a stop and hold because he said 44
Could have been.
seconds.
could have been
Yeah.
Adam Simpson using a bit of curb there. He'll get a bit of floor damage for that, and you might think it's a bit dumb, but yeah, like doesn't take much. Does not take much at all.
Oh, not at all. Well, I wanted to give a bit of a shout out to Adam because I had an absolute belter of a race with him actually at Winton on Monday night.
Sorry, Kerry,
Yes.
side by side. Left, Scotty in the inside. He's going to make a move. Too wide.
Yeah, well done.
Safely. Awesome
I'm
move.
actually going to say well done by Timothy there too because he got out of it at the right
Yeah, he
spot
did.
to retain his position. So, you know, he knew Scotty had him. He's probably more worried about Thomas and John and Bruce behind him. And if you get that wrong, he could have lost 2 or 3 spots there. So he did really well.
Yeah, I mean, the car could have had 2 wheels. So, yeah. So, yeah, definitely well done to him. And, you know, he's backed out. And I thought too wide with a supercar would be scary. But just around here with an F3, you just wouldn't want to use the curbs. You wouldn't want to touch anyone. And you wouldn't want to... you'd want to be out front. I mean, we always talk about you want to be out front. But seriously...
that if you trust the car, then, you know, it can serve you back as well. Because we saw he sent it there and had all the grip in the world.
Yeah,
Bruce White here on the back of John King looking to try and make an impression here. He's looking at the inside. He's got to run.
Oh, he's going to stick.
John
Yeah.
out of it. Yeah, no, John got out of that smartly too.
Dean Sinkovic from the race stewards. have been,
Their movement there. Was that who was that got run wide there? Thomas Sanderson got run wide there a little bit, and he's blinking a bit, I think, as well. So that just adds another chaos. We saw what happened to Harry Jones in race number 1 of our TCRs tonight when Dylan was blinking. He can be very discerning. But at the moment, Matty Jones has got a point. Oh, look at this battle here. Is this Adam Simpson and Matthew Pignata as well? Adam trying to make a move up the inside there, but the Alpha Venturi machine has held his ground. But again, is that contact for Chris Island? That's not what he wanted. So has he broken that car already?
Looks front wing might have a bit of damage.
Oh,
Keep in mind, you got, ladies and gentlemen, there's a floor under the car, so that's where your diffuser is.
Oh,
You get floor damage. Scotty Barton up the inside of Timothy. Oh, that was close. Oh, Timothy almost make it all front lock there. That was really close. Getting car off the road too. Andrew Lydon off the
You have to
road.
keep an eye on your mirrors around here, wouldn't you? Because that come out of nowhere, that move.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I don't run a virtual mirror. And, I don't. You'd have to run one around here, that's for sure.
Yeah, it'd be one of those things.
DSL Welding Services replay here. Yeah,
Oh,
wow.
yes, it
How
was.
close was that? Well done to both of them. I mean, Timothy
excellent
backed
driving.
out of it. But, yeah, great car control, as Scaife would say.
Well, it doesn't look like it's affected Chris Island's car
Oh,
at this point, because he's right on the back of. Sorry, I think that might have been one of the other Senate machines. But we're on board with Jeff Thomas at the moment, and Jeff has just managed to stay clear of the mess, running P5 here. Timothy Schreiber and Scotty Barton trying hard again.
Yeah, it looks like Timothy and Scott are really at it. Scott's been really fast in the F3s. in the last 3-4 weeks.
Daniel Byrne is pressuring Jeff Thomas at the moment as well. And you can see here, yes, this P5 battle at the moment. And it's a couple of kittens up front. So Darren Fay's got past Adrian Loretti as well, somewhere in that mix as well.
So Scott Barton just getting around one of the kitten cars. I think it's actually broken. Bit of smoke in the background too, so there might be an incident. I think there's a car off there.
What has happened there? So it's a big, massive lock.
John King off the track.
Massive lock up there. And that's lost him quite a few spots. We're on board with Timothy Schmalenberg, and this is the battle with Scotty Barges that's been going on for the last few laps.
Oh, contact! Bang!
Oh
no!
Massive moment. And
That'll be safety car.
Yeah, it's going to bring out another one, I would think. But last lap, the lap before, Timothy got out of it. I'm wondering if Scott should have got out of it that time.
Oh,
It's going to be interesting.
I don't want to say yes, but I don't want to say no. He had the right to be there, but I just think, I think I kind of saw it coming, but
Well, here we
we're
go.
just on board with these two now.
Well, he's got up the inside. He has.
How far is he up? Oh, he's pretty
Well,
far up.
Yeah,
net
he's
code.
near the
Buddy.
air. Could be a bit of
Yeah.
net code there. We'll have to see what
Did
Race
Timothy-
Control's got to say.
Did Tim hug that curb though?
Well,
coming down there?
if Tim moved out to the right, then that bill could be, his fault. But we'll have a look. So he's gone inside here, but he's well off the inside curb. So it's possible that he could have been further up the inside. Well, no, he's closing in now. Scotty's
Scotty
has
came down.
closed it. Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see how Race Control deals with that. But unfortunately, Scotty's gone into the wall and that car is broken. And Timothy's got a broken wing at the front by the looks as well. So it doesn't.
So
Both of those guys are going to suffer.
Matty Jones are in the pits. One of the Kenton cars. Adam Simpson's in the pit. Christopher Island's in one of the Kenton cars, actually leading. Tyson McAvoy leading the field in the promo department safety car.
Well, it's done a few laps tonight, the safety car. Where's it actually sitting? It's sitting in 22nd at the moment. So I thought it might have done enough laps to actually register. But so far, we've got most of our runners out there. So Danny Mastesic, if I say it wrong, Danny, let me know if I actually say it right. It's probably a better idea. He's got that penalty. I don't know if he got a chance to serve it, but he is a lap down. Thomas Sanderson a lap down. Steve Tonkin a lap down as well. Dean Sinkovic coming out of the pits now. So he might have got away with having a fast repair to fix his car again.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about the fuel strategy here for a second, and so Matthew's, I'll call him Matthew. Jones put, he's went into the pits and pitted for fuel, and Christopher Islands went in for pits, and the Kitten cars have stayed out. So, is it worth staying out so you can get, stay out of the crashes and the incidents, or do you, go and pit?
Well, it's going to be one of those things. We haven't had a bet on the amount of safety cars we're going to see tonight.
Oh, we haven't either.
We've seen 3 already, so I'm sure one of us would have been wrong already.
Probably.
But who I really want to ask, Shibby's behind the scenes here, running the cameras tonight because Toddy's away on a holiday. Lucky bugger he is.
Yeah.
But Shibby, how are you enjoying this stuff, buddy? So he's loving the TCR and SC. It's I didn't know if he loves producing. I didn't know if you'd unmiked yourself then to say something on the chat, buddy. So if I repeated everyone, no, he didn't. So there we go. I covered myself. But no, it has been some great action. I know Connor and I, it's been that Bathurst round for the F3s was one of the best races we've seen in ages.
Yeah, for sure. I think doing Wednesday nights always a bit of fun to start out the week for me. I do from Wednesday to Sunday normally, so yeah, it's good to start out the week with Mr. Carey. And yeah, it's good to start out with the F3s and TCR because you go from one extreme to the other, you know. Oh, what, the cars are in the wall under safety car. It's one. Bruce White. He's in the wall.
What's happened to Bruce? What's he done? That's a big wing. And what's he done there?
Oh, he's just swerving and he's put too much jandle as a. That's sweet.
Oh, a bit of grass.
Oh, a bit of grass! Oh no! Oh! Oh!
Say that he's used his fast repair because Brucey got launched before, so that's going to be a bit of a tough race for Bruce. I wonder, race control didn't say anything about maybe 2 fast repairs tonight. I'm just going to have a look and see it. I was going to have a look and see if there was anything in there. Okay, so Chibi thinks it might be 2. If that's the case, then it might just be a get out of jail free for a few of these guys.
Yeah,
I know that we did it for a couple of the tighter tracks when we raced Belle Isle in season 2. Did they have the same concept? Well, okay, it actually has. They didn't have it in the notes by the looks of it. So. Yeah. Look, well, again, I think we're seeing before that, you know, tyres are not really an option in these cars because it takes too long to get them up to temp.
Yeah, it does.
So it's, and plus you're talking sort of 10 seconds a tyre or thereabouts in the time it takes as well, because you got it. They do tyres separate to fuel. But we've got the safety car pulling clear now, so it is Kittens Racing P1 and 2, David Gallo and Darren Fay leading the field away now. Jeff Thomas, who has managed to avoid most of the carnage around him.
Yeah.
He's in P3 having a great run for JWM E-Motorsports there.
Yeah,
he is up 5 spots. No, he's up 6 spots.
He's had a lot of pace, like Bathurst. He had so much pace around there. And yeah, it's good to see him up there again. And yeah, I mean, Jeff is one of those guys that you just see sneak up into the podium and
he's done well.
Yeah.
Well, BR out there in YouTube saying he reckons 5 safety cars. All right, he's gone early. He's gone early, David. Has he caught him a bit napping? He has. He caught him a little bit napping there.
Oh, shit!
And you can
banging
see
the rev limiter.
Well, Jeff Thomas was almost trying to make a move on Darren Fay or get up alongside him. And here we got Matthew Pignata and Daniel Byrne there battling.
Matty Jones making a move up the inside. Oh, almost contact with Matty Jones. Oh, that was scary. Was one of the Venturi cars. Christopher Island up the inside of the Kitten cars. It's the Send It Sim Sports that are making their way through.
Bruce White is in the pits at the moment and looks like he's still there. So maybe there is no second or fast repair. Look, this is Matthew Pignata making a move up the inside of Daniel Byrne. Daniel's going to have to get out of that and give him the corner. I think, again, that's what we're seeing there. Oh, massive move! And a sticker there from Timothy Fahlenberg. And that was just superb. I think it unsettled the car. He's stuck in the wall, and we might have safety. Oh, no, he's got out. Somehow that's bounced out. How has that happened?
Oh, he'd want a safety car, but all the other... Oh, it's one of the cars are off.
King on there, and that he's gone into the pits as well.
Jeez, it just looks like the Hunger Games out here, just trying to keep the car on the track.
He's going in to serve his black flag. That's why he went into the pits.
Right. So, Timothy having that black flag. Matthew Jones is making his way up to P7 now, so he's done a pit stop compared to the Kitten cars. So I wonder where the Kitten cars are going to bounce out.
Well, we've had a lot of laps under safety car. We are just coming up to the halfway point of this race, so I wouldn't be surprised if they've got enough to get home.
Yeah, well, yeah, seriously, they probably could get home. So they're probably just going to try and pull a gap here. It looks like none of them made a move on each other yet.
Well,
On board with
we-
Stephen here.
we've had 15 minutes of safety car running, at least, I would think. You know? I mean, I can only count about 4 or 5 clean laps there.
Yeah, I mean, we're on the 21st lap now. And yeah, up the inside, Matthew. No, he's got it back out of it. Another Matthew up the inside. Up the inside of one of the V&M cars. Oh, JV.
Some good driving from Martin Lofthouse there, because he could have turned down on Matty there. So fair bit of trust from Matty Jones on Martin. Good driving from both of those guys.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it just looks like Matty's committed and, you know, full commitment and, you know, fair enough to him. And yeah, got the move done, so well on to Matty Jones there. Jeff's going to be under attack by one of the kitten cars here.
Daniel Byrne, I apologise, continuing the battle here. And we will say hi to all of the Kittens racing family out there watching tonight. It's awesome to have you boys and girls on board for this racing. And it has been action-packed tonight here. Sandown doubleheader. And we are seeing action aplenty. Is that Scott Barton now under pressure from Andrew? He's gone over
Adrian's around.
Adrian Loretti, and he's done well. Oh.
Yeah, Adrian around there. I think he was up there too, and I thought one of the other kitten cars would have went into him there, Steve. I thought he was going to go into him.
What happened to
Three cars in a battle there. One of them pushing him down the straight, going up the inside. Steve's on the inside. Oh, contact. Dean Sinkovic. Oh, huge contact.
Stephen Tonkin there.
Oh. That's unfortunate.
Just seeing at T1, there's been quite a few contacts at T1 as guys carrying speed through there. And again, you know, I think the problem is that they don't have a brake light on these cars, so you don't know when the car in front's going to brake.
Yeah, I mean, you've just got to trust the guy in front of you and trust your brakes in your car just to stop the car. And yeah, it just looks like Dean's just ran out of braking area and just ran into the back of the Steve there.
Unfortunately, we might be seeing another visit to the pit lane drive-through for Dean Sinkovic. But we'll go back to the front here, and it is on for young and old. This is Kittens 2 leading the Kitten 1 team. David Gallo holding off his teammate Darren Fay. Remember Darren had the excuses lined up tonight. He's got a brand new wheel, and he's done no practice here compared to the other boys. So he'd be loving this.
What wheel did he get out of curiosity?
I'm not sure. Ask him if he can hold on for P2 or battle and take P1 away from David, but we'll see. You know, it's definitely commitment from these guys to do these lap times, and we can see that it only takes the tiniest little mistake, and you better hope you've still got a fast repair left.
Oh, bit of smoke in the background there too. Just, there's too much going on, Cowie. So P6, Matty Jones, he's on the back of who is that actually?
He's on the back of Daniel Byrne there. And Jeff Thomas has just been able to sneak out a tiny little gap to Daniel. And he'll be hoping that, you know, Matty and Daniel can hold up Matty for a little bit. They can battle and fight. And oh, he's done well. And there, that was just race control on the line, just reaffirming that penalty to car 24, Dean Sinkovic, for contact at T1. So, wow. I won't repeat what Shibby said there, but he's shaking his head, a little bit disappointed in the SRW cars, you know. Teammate, that's it. Chris, move up the inside, Tim Betts. And Aim, well, Tim did the right thing. I think the issue with that corner is someone gets up the inside of you, you better get out of it. So if you try to go through there too wide, you're going to be the one that ends up on the worst end.
Yeah, that's it. You've just got to be the big man out of it and just back out of it. Survive
that fight so you can fight another one next lap, you know?
Yeah, you know, they've won the battle, but they haven't won the war, as they say. And
Scotty Barge in here right on the back of Wayne Reynolds, and Scott got a great exit here looking for the slingshot. A little bit of triumph and toe, but we've seen here before that you can get the Oh, he's got it done before T1, so that's it. You
Oh,
can get T1 too wide and then still be out on the outside for T2, and that costs you. So you've got to get it done before then.
the
and
thing
run
that's scaring me right now is Matty Pignata on the outside there. Oh, contact with the.
Oh, no, Tim Betts has been turned. We'll have to see what's happened there. He's got to hold his brake, staying out of the way. Keep an eye on his relative. Wow. So what's happened here? He's done it all himself, Timmy. It looks like he's just locked up a little bit, carried a bit too much speed in there, and then he's just, yeah, it's a little bit too much throttle. He's done fairly well to come out of that with minimal damage.
Yeah, he did really well there.
And a bit scary there as he was reversing around as the boys came through, but no contact. Chris Island now up into 7th position, so so that car's still got a little bit of damage on that right front there from when he made that mistake earlier. So, and you can see here that Martin's got pace on him.
Up the inside of Christopher, just up the inside, clean move. But
well, Chris,
I think that's the thing that's scaring me about the two kitten cars out front right now. If they need a pit, like Matty Jones and Christopher Island's got them. Like,
I don't think they need to pit. They're battling way too hard.
Yeah.
Matthew Pignata's trying to be a menace in the mirror,
Yeah.
moving around, playing peekaboo like a champion, and he's going to try and get him on the exit here. This is what I was talking about. See, he's trying to get up the inside for the next one, really focusing on the exit rather than the entry. And, you know, there's two
sideways there.
Someone.
Sideways there.
Contact. Yeah, no. But we see these boys pushing each other super hard. At the moment, Jeff Thomas has just fallen off the back of this battle a little bit, but we are talking less than 1 second, 0.8 of a second, separating all three of our podium sitters as it currently stands. It is David Gallo in the Kittens Racing Machine number Team 2, ahead of Darren Fahey in the Kittens Machine Team number 1, and Matthew Pignata behind him, the Alpha Venturi Racing Machine. And he has been showing pace all race.
Yeah, so you might go up the inside here as one of the kitten cars, giving him heaps of room up the inside. Kitten car doesn't back out. He's got the corner, so well done. Matthew Pignata mightn't make the move. No, he's backed out of it. Well done. But this will be losing a bit of time from Jeff Thomas behind him, so you really don't want to lose too much time here.
Well, Darren knows where Matthew's trying to get him. But, you know, sometimes knowing that doesn't help. Because Matthew gets a launch. And you see here, Matthew's got a great launch out of the last corner. And you can see already looking to try and make a move. And Darren's made his one move. His one defensive move there. And Matthew waited for that. Oh, he's gone loose. And Darren's gone wide. That's far driver from both of those guys. But Matty got loose. And Darren saw that out of the corner of his eye and reacted, and it probably cost him the position. But, as we said, buddy, he avoided contact, and he's still going, so he gets to have another crack at him.
Yeah, I mean, when you see someone have a wiggle, you always want to just give them about 3 meters worth of room, honestly. It always scares the bejeebers out of me.
You'd be worried to be in the same parking lot as them sometimes.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I was doing Formula 3.5s last night around Silverstone, and I tell you what, like, some of the incidents you have to avoid, it's just so scary being in one of these Formula cars and you've got no windshield, so you can see everything like just right there, and yeah, it's pretty scary. So well done to Matthew for holding on to it, that's for sure though. But
Matty Jones here in P6 at the moment. He has our current series champion and last season's champion as well. Back in P6, did pit for some fuel and maybe a little fix to the car. But now I know Matty has loved the battles. So, you know, yeah, he doesn't mind leading it from the front and just testing himself and just trying to set hot lap after hot lap. But put him in the thick of this stuff and he'll have a smile ear to ear as well. And absolutely loving it. All right.
Yeah, Matthew Jones just reminds me a lot of Lachlan Capel on Friday night. Like Lachlan was doing the same lap time every time out in the front, you know, and he had a goal to actually lap up to a certain number, and yeah, it was good to see that. But you know, Matthew's the exact same. You know, the pace of both of them is just unreal. But
well, the two fastest guys out there at the moment is David Gallo in P1 with a 104.022 last lap, 104
Yeah, it
flat,
is.
and Chris Island with a 104 flat as well.
Yeah.
I think we had a few of the guys in the
all,
104 threes and fours.
Yeah, I mean Matthew Jones making a move on one of the kitten cars. It's all about consistent. It's all about consistency, though. You could be the quickest guy on track, but if you're not consistent,
Matty had got that move done, so he got up the inside of Daniel there into T1. We see the rear of that car of Chris's looked a bit lively there, didn't it? To come around.
yeah, I mean he might have. I mean, like I said about the floor damage the whole race, you know, if you get a little bit, the car starts to slide around under you, and yeah, you don't really feel it.
Oh no, Tim Betts has had another excursion.
Yeah. Mowing the grass. Oh, look at that front wing. That's all curb.
He's a lap down now too, so having to let all those other guys out of get out of the way of him and let them through. But it's Daniel Byrne. Matty Jones has got past him with a great move, but Matty is not giving. Daniel is not giving this up. He's trying to stay with him. And Jeff Thomas, now the next guy in Matty Jones's gun sights. Jeff Thomas has had a really good race at the moment, has kept the car clean and out of mischiefs, and certainly had it happen all around him tonight. I think he's been the go-to camera car, hasn't he, Shibby? When we see an incident, Jeff Thomas has been the go-to camera car. He seems to get the best view of these incidents. But all right, but we are, 4 safety cars so far tonight? B are out there in YouTube land, reckons 5. Uncle Hotto asking about fuel numbers. Look, I'm thinking we've had enough laps under safety car now that these guys are running hard and hot and will probably get home. Maybe need another safety car, maybe counting on another safety car. I don't know. What's the speculation out there in social media land? Let us know, guys, because it will be interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
look at this one, he's closing up too.
Yeah, I mean, if these guys are pushing, you see Matthew Pignata just pushing the car to its limits, and you know, if the guys have got fuel, they'll push, and if they don't, they'll fuel save.
Tim Betts out there on the grass just getting out everyone's way. I think that car's a little broken and probably not performing the way it should. Or was that a slow exit from David Gallo there? Because Matty Pignata caught right up and he's right on the back of him. Let's go to that battle up front because Matty's right on the back of him, mate. Look at this.
Look at that. So he's going to probably try and make a move.
A little bit too far back, I think.
Yeah, he's probably going to make a move on the next lap. So he's just lining him up. But I think the 2 kitten cars out front are probably fuel saving the most, it looks like. Matthew Pignata's just, I think he's pushing more.
Maybe we jump on board one of the kittens machines and just see if we can hear if they're having to fuel save at all. Oh, we just see David Gallo having to go into the pits. So there you go. That does answer the question.
Yeah. So Matty, if Matthew Pignata, I don't know if he's pitted, but if
he pitted lap 2. But that was more to fix the car for the damage of the big incident that he was involved with.
I reckon Matthew Jones has got this in the sights. So has Christopher Island. Matthew Pignata just sliding the car out of the exit.
Jeff Thomas trying to hold on to P2 for all it's worth at the moment. He knows he's got the series front runner behind him, but that doesn't mean anything, mate. You're in my mirrors. I'm not going to worry about you in my mirrors. You can just stay back there.
It's probably what you think when I'm behind you, Cowie.
All I'm thinking is when I've got cars behind me pressuring me, it's just I want my V8 supercar to be about 3 times wider than it is. So I try to make it that way.
Make it a bus. Yeah, fair enough. But we've the nickname has been going around, the bus driver, Jamie Dyke. He's our bus driver, so. Jeff Thomas in, so it looks like they won't make it home. So it's fine, and Matthew Jones might have this. Look at the gap they've pulled out.
Well,
but Matthew Pignata
have taken advantage. So maybe a little gamble there from the Kittens Motorsports machines, hoping for another safety car, perhaps. Mind you, they're not out of it yet, but they're dropping a whole heap of positions as pitting under green flag running. Here we go, Andrew Lydon getting ahead. Adrian, both their teammates, Andrew Lydon and Adrian Loretti, getting through on David and Darren. So, well, they played the game. You've got to move to that. And the way things were going there, buddy, when you posed that question, is it better to be out front or...
Oh, contact with Dean.
There we go. Well, this is going to bunch it back up because we've got broken cars. That's Kittens involved. Got a JWM machine on its roof.
Matthew Pignata's in the pit lane. Oh,
I thought Dean was going to cause contact then. All right, is that...
Matthew Pignata's in the pit lane now.
So Matthew taking advantage of that. That's a great call from Matty. So he's just got wide. They've done that all himself. And then Dean, he's locked up trying to avoid contact. And he's bounced out off the wall.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And caught
6 of them in there.
John King there.
It's about 6 in there. 7 almost.
All right, well, BR, it is safety car number 5. We are inside, the last 20 minutes of this race. About 17 minutes to go, so look at how close that was as he was rejoining there. All right. Does Dean have a fast repair? Doesn't look like it as that car's gone up on jacks. And he's just put... Oh, he did. Look at that. So there must be 2 fast repairs from these guys maybe tonight. There will be a few drivers that will be able to get their lap back. So I think Timothy Schmalenberg, Bruce White will be able to get their laps back. I heard Race Control just telling everyone to stay over to the right.
Not Matthew. Bruce White left the server.
Oh, Bruce has jumped out, has he? Oh, okay.
Yeah, like 10 laps ago.
So that car is broken beyond repair. Used up all of his fast repairs by the looks of it. Well, it has been action aplenty. Even Shibby's feeling the heat there. He's just advised us he's going off to get a drink. But it has been an awesome night of racing here at SRW TV. If you're enjoying it as much as us guys, make sure you give us a like. Click that subscribe button and notifications so you don't miss out on any of the great action we have here at SRW. We have 6 nights of racing happening at the moment. Monday nights is our NASCAR trucks. Tuesday nights, our dirt ovals, the 360 sprint cars. Wednesday night is our big double header, our TCRs and F3s. Thursday night, we've got another double header as we bring out the V8 Radicals and the 992 Porsche Cup cars. Friday night is our new GT3 series, and that has been action aplenty. I know you've been calling that, Connor.
Yeah, I've been calling
the V8s, mate. So
yeah,
you've been calling most of it.
Yeah, well, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. So this is pretty much my first night back in the office. Now, had a bit of a night on Sunday. I took a night off. Said to the boss, I'm out. So, yeah, I had a night off on Sunday and, back on the horse now. So, yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I didn't get to race either on Sunday. I had a gig and couldn't get home in time after the gig. So, you know.
Unfortunate, but yeah. I mean, I used to race so much now. Used to race so much, Cowie, but now I'm only racing Monday, Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday.
Oh, look, we certainly love having you here on the comms team for SRW. As I just say, mate, don't take on too much. You don't want to burn yourself out.
No, mate.
As long as you're enjoying it. Well, I've got the easy road, mate. I do one night a week, and then I jump in and race a few of them. So
yeah, mate.
I'm tracking the Radicals tomorrow night. Looking forward to it. I've got my round wheel back, all centered and everything, so I'm loving it.
Oh, that's a long story, ladies and gentlemen.
I've just ordered a SimCore button box for it too. So I've been talking to George from SimCore, and I'll get that off. Should get that maybe on the weekend or next week. But yeah, no, it's going to be awesome fun. And then Sunday, the V8s for sure. I'm going to be out there this week.
Well,
loving it.
Yeah, well, probably next season I might drop Thursday. Oh, not Thursday, and drop Wednesday and do the F3s because yeah, I've been doing a lot of IndyCar and Formula 3. So yeah, I might just stick to the open wheelers now.
Oh no, I think we've still got the field trying to come up. It's the safety car still out there. He is.
Yeah. Tyson McAvoy in our safety car.
I've just ordered a SimCore button box for it too, so I've been talking to George from SimCore, and I'll get that off. Should get that maybe on the weekend or next week. But yeah, no, it's going to be awesome fun. And then Sunday, the V8s for sure. I'm going to be out there this week.
Yeah, well, probably next season I might drop Thursday. Oh, not Thursday, and
Well, he's done a fair few laps tonight, the safety car.
Yeah, mate. He's just stretching his legs, getting ready for the
Tell
rest
us
of the week.
how many laps down the safety car is.
Yeah, I think 6. Hang on, I can check for you actually. He has done 11 laps in the safety car.
Wow. So we are on lap 37, so almost a third of the laps tonight have been under safety car. That has been the carnage, and BR out there saying, come on, bro, for Kitten's 85. So Adrian's sister, great having you on board. He's having a pretty good run so far.
He did spin around, so you can hang a bit of stuff on that. It did almost cause an accident, but yeah, Adrian did really well for that.
They had to pit under green, but the safety car has bunched it back up, and we can see that the safety car is pulling away from the field, so it's all in the hands of Matty Jones. And this battle started tonight, lap number 1, the other way round, with Matty Jones behind Chris Island. It is now reverse, and we're going to see these two fast drivers out front battle hammer and tongs to the end of this race. Should be awesome.
Well, you say tongs, maybe put a snag as well.
I think we've had enough snags tonight. 5 safety cars. That's plenty of snags. Okay, so Matty's, let's keep an eye on, see when he's going to go. There's been a bit of gamesmanship tonight, but Matty's been one of those guys that has shown a willingness to go straight away. And as you know, he's holding it.
Waiting. So wait for his teammate to get around, and no, gotta wait.
Okay, so.
And now they're away. They're gone. So he's waited for his teammate, jumped his teammate by a little bit. So they're gonna have to run down to the first corner. Jeff Thomas is behind.
That's Adam Simpson back there. We haven't talked about Adam much tonight, and he's running in P4. And is that a move up the inside? It is. That's a move up the inside.
Yeah.
Oh, was that?
Yeah, so that's Adam Simpson there in the fishy car.
I thought I saw him get up the inside of Scotty Barjan there.
Yeah, so Scotty's back on the horse again.
Well, he certainly had a momentous night as well. It looks like he's carrying some good speed around the outside here. Adam Simpson is going to hold that. Oh, contact, and that was how we pulled that up. Wow.
Wow, that was incredible. Great driving by Adam Simpson there, but looks like Scotty Barton just came down a little bit.
I think if that was real life, I don't think his pants would be entirely clean.
I think they'd be very colourful. Yeah.
Looking back at David Gallo, who was leading this race before he had to pit for fuel. Adrian Loretti in front of him, coming wide, and that is Kitten on Kitten. Adrian Loretti up the inside of Andrew Lydon. And Andrew, is he going to try to hold the line? No, he's letting him through. Is that Matthew Pignala taking advantage of that as well? So nice move from Matthew there. Matthew having a pretty good race tonight. He's been right in the thick of it and absolutely loving it.
Yeah, he's been pushing. It's good to see the boys getting their teeth and their elbows out. So it's good to see the boys really getting involved. So Matthew Pignata up the inside. Ooh. So he's going to be chasing down Adrian now in the pink and black car now.
That was a little moment from Stephen Tonkin there as the rear did a little wiggle as he come down through the S's there. So,
yeah, had a bit of a wiggle. I mean, nothing wrong with a wiggle. Everyone likes a wiggle.
I think there's an interesting conversation in our broadcast chat, buddy. They're talking about the TCR race tonight, so
no.
We'll see what that's all about after we get our job done.
Yeah.
But no, but Bea's cheering on her brother Adrian Loretti, who's up in a P6 now. Darren Fahey here in P11, battling hard with Stephen Tonkin up front. This is a great train of cars here. Matty Jones out front has got about 0.6 second on Chris Island, but Chris is not letting him out of his sights. But you can see already that those two guys have put about 2.5 seconds on Martin Lofthouse. Martin Lofthouse is one of the JWN machines, running P3 at the moment, having a cracker. Scotty Barjan right behind him at the moment. And looks like Scotty got back through on Adam Simpson there too. So that battle is red hot at the moment. Look at the the standings board. Is there any white on that? There's a couple of cars that are white, so that means everyone is battling. Crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's F3 for you, and that's SRW for you. But Dave, I think Dave's making a move on the inside here.
I think Andrew went just a little bit wide there, had to get out of the gas, and David's come through.
Oh,
David,
Contact.
that's Stephen Tonkin that's run wide there, is it? I wonder if there was contact involved in there. We might have to try and have a look at that one if we can, Shibby. All right, so here we go. All right, so he's broke a little bit earlier.
he's a long way back.
All right, yeah, and there, that is
Nah,
a
he's
long
not
way
even halfway
contact.
up yet.
So that was Daniel Byrne that made contact there, is it?
Yeah, so Darren's probably. Yeah,
It's
Darren.
funny to make contact. Oh, so Darren, all the excuses in the world, buddy. We didn't want for you to use them, mate.
Yeah, sounds like my teammates.
He was having a great run there. And, all right, so here we go. Scott Bargent has shown some pace now, mate. Oh, that's a half send, and that would have Martin just took his own line there, and I think Scotty got away with it there a bit, mate. That was brave.
Yeah, that was very brave. Yeah, that was very brave. That's I've seen a couple of those moves happen before, and yeah, normally cars come out with a broken wing. But Matthew Pignata on the back of the kitten cars, I think that's Adrian.
Oh, Adrian squeezed him a little bit over the left there.
That was rough. That was really rough. I hope that gets called in. That was not called for. Wow.
It will be interesting, but yeah, there's a bit of squeeze there. Well, boys are racing for keep. Maybe there's a sheep station on tonight's race, but this is awesome stuff. And all right, we are race control just advising a couple of things. So
Adam Simpson off the road there.
And Darren here received.
Contact in the back there.
Was it? All right, so
Christopher Island and Matty Jones going at it too. Oh, Matty Jones is around.
Oh no!
Oh no, he's in the grass.
It's a massive moment, and that's cost him a whole host of positions.
The teammates went too wide, and he just lost the back end there.
There's no contact?
No contact.
The
But
DSL
I think his
He's
floor
just
was
a little
damaged. Yeah, that's floor damage. There it is.
On the curb.
Yeah, so that's floor damage. Yeah, look at it. The back end's turned around.
Well, he's on the inside there, so he's tried to carry the speed through and tried to hold that line. Yeah.
I reckon he's got a bit of floor damage, and it's just let go.
Certainly possible, buddy. But look at it.
Yeah.
Is that Stephen Tonkin and Thomas Sanderson there making a move? But Thomas has got a broken wing. We'll say Stephen's car's looking a bit bent up as well.
Scotty Barnes just dropping down through the field too. I think it was.
No, what's happened to Scotty?
Matthew.
Scotty Bargent come into pit lane, so he had damage there as well, did he? Oh wow!
Only 2 minutes to go too.
Let's have a look. Oh, quick look at what's happened to Scotty.
Adam Simpson's been at black flag, so it's down.
Adam Simpson with a black flag. Oh, Curb just launched it.
Did that in practice too.
He's done well. We're inside the last couple of minutes. Yeah, look at it. It's just evil.
It's evil. It's evil.
Oh, they are evil. All right, so Adrian Loretti now in P4. Matthew Pignata, P3. That's a great drive for Matthew. He has been pushing super hard all night and been right in the thick of it. John King, you haven't had a chance to have a look at John much, but he's got one of the cleanest cars left on the grid, I think.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like there's a scratch, I think.
Yeah, mate. I think everyone's. I mean, you look at Bathurst this year. It was like a Larko going through all the people's cars, going, "This one's damaged. This one's damaged. This one's damaged." But yeah, a lot of damage tonight. But I guess that's what you get with F3. So
Oh, look, it's just good, hard racing. You know, I don't think I've seen any malice in anything here. The boys are just racing hard, and
Yep.
you know, I mean, mistakes happen. A couple of them might have been sillier than others, but you know, it's the boys just trying to put on a great show and race. Looks like we've got another visitor again on the stream there, Shibby. Yeah, he's on it. He's spotting them before I call him out. Good work, buddy. He's trying to give me an excuse, but you know, we've got it. It's all good. All right, so we're coming down to inside the last two minutes almost. So we're probably looking at a couple more laps here. Danny here in P10 at the moment, so that's a pretty good recovery from Danny. Up 9 positions, so started 19th on the grid. We've got, it looks like our cars that have fallen on the wayside is Daniel Byrne, Tim Betts, Adam Simpson, Jeff Thomas, Timothy Schmalenberg, Bruce White. All of those cars are lapped down or no longer running, but it is this battle here, and Adrian already just unable to stay with Matthew at the moment. He's got a little bit of a gap, and if anything, Adrian's falling into the clutches of his teammate from the Kittens number 2 machine of David Gallo behind him. And we know that David's been fast all night here too. So it could be on for in the Kitten hierarchy. This could be a mutiny.
Oh, it's always like that in a team. It's always like that. There's always a little inside battle going on, you know, just to beat your teammate. Then after the race, you go, yeah, buddy, I won you. I got you. So yeah, cough it up, mate.
All right, can we see Barney the flag man? No, he hasn't put out the white just yet. So I'd say it's going to be next time around. Chris Island has got like a 7-second lead over the field, so it's going to be a massive return to the winner's circle for Chris Island with an awesome batter putting pressure on his teammate there, Matty Jones, and Matty cracked. So maybe that floor damage costing him, as you said there, yeah. Connor. But that was Chris forcing him out there to begin with. Yeah,
I mean, I think it's a bit dumb not dumb, but I think it's a bit... I think they should have had both the cars on the front row and not try and had a battle.
All right, so let's get up. Is Barney waving the white flag there? I think he is. Yeah, this will be the last lap of the race. So let's go back and have a look at our battles. Matthew Pignata is closing hot on the trail of Martin Lofthouse, who's having a cracker of a race in P2 at the moment.
Yeah.
You can see here Matty Jones and Andrew. That was right. I don't think he just tried to go past him there. That was not following someone's behind. That was almost looking up at there, Matty. But he's positioned the car in the deep. Good driving from both these guys here, Andrew and Matty, driving hard. And look at that, giving each other plenty of space.
It looks like the Kitten car's got a better run out of the corner.
Well, he's going to have the inside line as well. Yeah. So we found really you need to be in front of the car coming up into
Matthew's
the
got him. Matthew's got him.
The kink.
Yeah.
He can carry it around there. Oh, well done. Can he get it done? It's gone up the inside. Oh, great driving. And right in the end of the race. And it is Chris Island that has come across to take out our round 3 victory here at Sandown. Martin Lofthouse with a great drive for JWM East Motorsports to put it P2. And Matthew Pignata, the Alpha Venturi racing machine, will come home in P3. What a great... Matty Jones getting Andrew Lydon there at the end. So it was Adrian Loretti P4, David Gallo P5, Matty Jones P6 after that spin. Andrew Lydon, Scotty Bargen also having a big moment there. Was into the hunt for the podium position there. John King, well, John had a pretty quiet race, but we didn't see much of him, and he's put it inside the top 10 with a great result. And Danny, after suffering a black flag earlier, has brought it home in P10 as well.
Yeah, I mean, what a drive from Martin there. He's from P12 to second. Like, that's an awesome drive by him. And like I said before the race, it's just staying out of the all the crashes and incidents and make your way forward. And that's what they've done. And yeah, great strategy by Chris Holland.
Well, it's going to be an interesting discussion when we get this podium in here tonight because, as you said, Martin managed to sort of keep himself clean and everything. Chris Island, well, he had it all happen to him at the start and then pitted and found himself battling all the way through the field there. And Matthew Pignata, well, Matty was my pick for the night. Every time we jumped on board him, he was pressuring cars all around him. It was a cracker.
Yeah, definitely. We see these guys go hand at it every week, and just to see these guys go hand and come out with the P3 as we can see here. Take your photos, ladies and gentlemen, and yeah, that's our results. So Team Dean Sinkovich.
Dean's just trying to get SRW into the shot there. Okay.
Yeah. So I reckon we might just throw in P1 in, P2, P3. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my god! It just absolute mouth was exploded.
Well,
So
considering there's 3 positions, man, you had 3 chances there, and you got it right on the third one. So well done.
third time's a lucky charm. So Matthew
let's bring him
Pignata, yeah, Matthew.
Let's bring Matty Pignata in. Matty, what a race, mate! You were right in the thick of it with the whole bloody thing, mate. How'd you go?
Thank you. Yeah, it was a tough start, to be honest. So just spun straight on the first lap, turn 1, and had to bring the car home with a bit of damage. Was able to box and at least get out on the lead lap, which was good, and stay behind and just claw my way through the field.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, mate, it wasn't a nice, easy go, honest running there. You had to work for that, and we just saw you were, chasing guys down and making moves, and it was awesome to watch.
Yeah, just took every opportunity I could, just with making moves, people running off and getting easy positions, which was always great. And just even with the safety car as well, right when my fuel was ending, the final safety car came out, so it worked really in my favour as well.
Look, we were speculating whether or not the number of safety cars was going to give you guys an opportunity to make it home. Was that on the cards, or it was never on the cards?
Safety car was able to get me home, but because I pit so early in the race on the second safety car, I couldn't make it home. So then that final safety car gave me the opportunity to pit again, just with literally 1 lap of fuel, and I was able to get to the end easy on that half tank of fuel, I think.
Yeah, 100%, man. And you just crawled through the field like Cowie said, and there were a lot of incidents that I'm sure you didn't breathe.
There was many in front of me that, just held my breath that I'd get through. Even towards the end, just a couple cars going off, a couple late dives as well to get down the inside of other cars, just holding my breath, absolutely sweating now after that one. So being a tough one.
And the other thing too, man, we saw the strategies were all over the joint. Like we saw Matty Jones and Chris Holland pit very early on lap 8. Then we saw you pit a bit later down the track. Do you reckon the strategy was on point there, or?
Because I had to pit lap 1 with the damage that I had, and then I think I decided to pit again for the second time just for a full tank. It still wasn't. I think I pit around the early 15-minute mark, and I wasn't able to get to the end on that tank of fuel. But then got me right up until like the 45th minute, and then I was able to pit again on that final safety car, which got me to the end. But if I played the strategy right a little bit, I might have had better track position. But otherwise, I think it still worked out pretty well for me.
Yeah, definitely, man. P3 is always good. Who would you like to thank, mate, with all your sponsors?
Like to thank Impression Signs, Preach Designs as well, and all the boys in the Discord that I was in. So Preach, Hagold, Simo, Smithy, Thomas Sanderson as well, racing with, and Ryan Green. That was all great in the chat, so kept me going and made sure I was clear of any incidents.
Yeah, Egan, you're on, mate, and that's always good. Well done, mate.
Thank you.
So we better move in.
Yeah, let's bring Martin in. Martin Lofthouse, P2. How did you manage to stay out of that mess, buddy, and find yourself right in the thick of it at the pointy end?
Yeah, cheers. I think that was probably the key tonight, just purely staying out of trouble. I think that's what got me the podium. So good strategy call to pit to that second safety car, and yeah, just ran it through to the end. So
Well, we saw you had a bit of wing damage there early on, so you were struggling there at the start, and it was but it was just a matter about trying to get to that fuel window and the safety car, able to pit under a safety car, so you didn't lose too much position.
yeah, that was it. I could feel it. Obviously, in a straight line, it was affecting me a bit. So thank God for the fast repair. Just get in there and get it sorted out on that. Yeah, and then it was just staying out of trouble. So it sounds like there was quite a few people in the wars tonight, particularly Steve Tonkin. But
Feel
yeah,
like it was a bit of a lottery, or you just saw clear track ahead of you? Did you have any close moments?
no, to be honest, from the start, I got caught up with that. Obviously, melee at turn 1, and then from that point onwards, it was pretty straightforward. A few people spun in front of me, but yeah, I didn't really have any major incidents.
And
Yep.
how did you find the racing in general, buddy? 'Cause it looked like it was sweating buckets out there for a while with everything going on. And you had the boys, Matthew, putting pressure on you right there at the end of the race, but you managed to hold him off.
Yeah, definitely didn't have the pace of Chris. He was he's way out in front, and I think we got pretty lucky with Matty making that error. But yeah, I was certainly under pressure those last couple of laps. I could see him taking a 10th or 2 tenths out of me every sort of lap. So I was glad the checkered flag came out when it did.
Yeah, well, that's always the thing, mate. It's always a bit of luck or just pure skill, mate. And I think it was just all up, bit of everything tonight, mate. And you did very well, mate.
Yeah, well,
cheers.
it was Bradley Hudson last week for JWM that got on the podium. It's Martin Lofthouse this week. Martin, who's the sponsors looking after you boys?
Yeah, obviously JWM eMotorsport. We got Brewed Coffee, TW Engineering. There's a few others on there that I won't mention, but obviously Wade Reynolds as well. He does all our liveries, so he makes the cars look good for us. And yeah, that's about it. Cheers.
Yeah,
Oh,
looking
well
good.
done.
Looking good, mate. Always makes the cars go a lot faster, mate. So yeah, well done, mate.
Thank you. Cheers.
Excellent, buddy. All right, let's bring in our round 3 winner, Christopher Island. Well, Chris, was that a race of 2 halves for you? Because did you have a bit of damage, or was that a strategy call, that early pit on lap 7 or thereabouts, wasn't it?
That early pit was a strategy call. I came in on lap 16 as well because I had damage. So, yeah, I picked up a little bit of damage out of turn 4. Beached it on the curb and just clipped the wall, and my front ring was a little bit bent in. So I decided to come in, take the fast repair, and get it sorted. And yeah.
Well, how was it fighting through the field? Did you have a few heart in throat moments there with the guys getting in amongst it in front of you?
I most certainly did. There was no doubt about that. Some Code Brown moments for sure. Just glad I wasn't in VR tonight, I'll tell you that much. It's pretty interesting watching people flip onto their roofs. I didn't think that would be possible in an F3, but well, there you go.
It is possible, mate, that's for sure.
Or everything can happen here at SRW, you know that, buddy.
Yeah,
You
right.
had a great battle with Matty Jones there towards the end of that race, and you just forced him a little bit wide there in a T1.
Yeah, tried to get the switch back and ended up getting a little bit of a better run out of the corner. I think he got caught on the curb and unfortunately just locked the brakes there into turn 2. I locked the rears and just round it went. So, yeah.
You needed to get one up on him, buddy, to put some fight back into this championship. So does that give you bragging rights for a week?
It certainly does. I'll be turning up next week. Not completely having a go at him about it, but not having a go, but using it. That's for sure. Will give me bragging rights.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. And we saw you last week, and you probably don't want me to mention it, but I am. We saw you last week, man, and your throttle broke.
Yeah. So I'd realised after that throttle would be broken for quite some time. That I just it wasn't affecting it too much. And then on the grid, I went to put my foot on the throttle, and then I lifted my foot off the throttle, and decided not to return to where my foot was. It was staying at like 80%. So unfortunately, I did the noble thing and retired. I thought I might have been able to make the race 2, but yeah, nah, she was a goner. But
So we've got a repair job, or we got a set of new pedals running there now?
mate, you've got the good old Irish luck there. I
was going to say, mate, if you need any pedals, Racecraft Simulations, I got you, mate. But well done, mate. Who would you like to thank, mate?
Yeah, big shout out to the boys at Sim Sports, and big shout out to Matty. Really enjoy racing with him every night. Every Wednesday night, it's good fun. We're pretty close pace wise, so yeah, it's usually always good fun racing with him. Just absolutely gutted that I couldn't last week. Big shout out to my partner. She's always wanted this, and she's going to be laughing her head off in the room next to me. But big shout out to the girlfriend. She doesn't let me, but she supports me in these races and getting on every night, which is good.
She
So
wasn't wiping your brow there when you were sweating buckets, or?
oh mate, I tell you
Reaching
what,
out?
halfway through the race, my headset started dying. So I asked her to come in, and she plugged it in. No questions asked. Gave me a tap on the head for it. But
Sounds like she's a keeper.
Mate,
bloody
I reckon the dishes need to be done, mate, and yeah, hopefully you get a couple of brownies points for that, mate. But
yeah,
yeah, definitely. Was it the sexy sweat, mate, or was it the?
Oh mate, every time I get off this sim, she's telling me how much I stink. So
yeah,
good on her for putting up with that.
Wow.
And obviously, big shout out to ProServe Finance, Sydney Computers, AJ Insurance Services, sorry, Transform Media, and Pixel Blocks.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to when my hubby said that I stink. So yeah, but well done, mate, and go and enjoy your win, mate.
Cheers, fellas. Cheers for the broadcast.
Too easy, mate. Mate, that pretty much wraps it up.
Well, it's been an absolute belter of a night here at SRW, guys. Out there in YouTube and Facebook land, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to SRW TV so you don't miss out on any of this action. It will wrap up our broadcast tonight, our TCR and F3 doubleheader at Sandown International Raceway. As always, it's been a pleasure to bring this to you. And on behalf of everyone here at our management and broadcast team, behalf of Connor and Shibby behind the scenes, this is Cowie signing off, saying good night, and we look forward to seeing you next time on SRW TV.
Bye.